I never thought I would be saying some of this stuff, but I'm glad that I am, because I'm ready for a new story. I'm ready for a new story.
You have to be willing to trade the things you love right now for the things you want. And you may not like the price of what you want, but you can't change the price. So there's all this groveling that goes back and forth for younger men of like basically wishing it didn't cost this much time or cost this much failure or cost this much risk in order to get to where they want to go. And so they basically stomp their heels and then, retreat inwards into their basement and video games and whatever else, rather than confronting their own inadequacy.
Locking in is the only way out. Lock in on your standards. Lock in on your struggles. Lock in on your work. Leave nothing to hope. Lock in and hunt hard.
Brother, the best part about rock bottom is it's sturdy enough to build on. You finally get the chance to see who's there, who's not, and who never was. So you can honor those who stayed around long enough to watch you become who you knew you could be.
Your slogan for the year should be simple. Where your fear is, there your task is. Lean directly into the things that make you most afraid if you want to build the life you've always wanted for yourself.
For you to get where you want to go, you're going to have to go through the desert, bro. And the desert's not fun to go through. Yeah. It's really fucking hard, okay? And it's embarrassing because, like, you don't have
No one's coming to save you. No map, no instructions, no easy way out. The way out is through. Life's chaos will find you. That's the reality of chasing anything worth having. Your obstacles are just tests of your will. If the door is locked, break it down. If there is no path, carve a new one. There is no waiting for permission, no crying out for help. Winning is reserved for those who refuse to quit. It's simple, grow or die. No one owes you and no one owns you. No one is coming to steal your problems. You must save you. Figure it out, no matter what.
Walking through this lifetime, we spend a lot of time, first of all, adding things up. Spending time in order to become someone. Build up a name, build up a reputation. And the funny part is that the more you try to pretend to be someone or something that in essence you're not, the more far away you get again. So on the one side, we spend a lot of time building up, building up, building up, building up. But the essence returns in the moment where you slowly start to strip away things.
You want to accomplish something. I'm not just going to sit here and say, yes, you can do whatever you want. Yes, you can, but you have to also put in the work to get there.
Just don't give up, even if right now it doesn't make sense. One day, I'm very, very sure, when you start to see the connections and things fall into place, you will maybe also realize that it couldn't have been different. Giving up was just simply not a question, was simply never an option. The winners continue where the losers stop.
So what stops you becoming the fullest version? It's the things in you that whisper to you that you cannot be the things that you hope for. It's not usually prohibitions, it's inhibitions. What stops us are the lies we believe that are not true.
To launch towards your goal, never consider the possibility of failure. Always forward, never backward. Always forward, never backward. Never consider the possibility of failure. Your ability to persist in the face of setbacks and disappointments is vital to all great achievement, and it's always a decision that you make. It's not the external environment, it's always the internal environment.
Opportunity mixed with difficulty. Opportunity mixed with challenge. We've got a chance to grow like never before, but I'm telling you, there's going to be many enemies that's going to try to prevent us. As soon as you plant the garden, the busy bugs and the noxious weeds are out to take it, and you've got to learn not only to nourish your values, you've got to learn to do battle with your enemies. Whatever threatens you, I'm asking you to threaten it back. Take care of your responsibility, but don't take anything off of anybody.
So many people talk about legacy. I want to leave a legacy. They use it in such a way that it sounds like it's easy. But it really, in order for you to leave a legacy, you got to live a life worth recording. One that can be an impact, one that has a voice long after you're gone, an echo that goes into generations long after you've left the face of the earth.
Greatness has no moods. You can't just be in the mood to be great. You can't just be in the mood to be a hard worker. You can't just be in the mood to be disciplined. It doesn't work that way. It has to become who you are. It has to consume you. It has to be your identity. Despite what I'm going through, despite my past failures, despite what people are saying about me, I'm going to get it done. I'm going to execute. It's not what I do, it's who I am. And life will seem like it's giving you hundreds of reasons to not execute today, but it's just a test to see how bad you really want it.
The version of you that you are right now is why you have what you have. You got to make a complete identity switch to get something different. And so what happens is when people aren't ready to do that, they will always go back to the low-hanging fruit that they're accustomed to, because your presence will require something different.
So I was just failing. I kept failing and kept failing and kept failing. So I had to teach myself how to fail right. And what that means is, when I fail, I can't spend much time in that fail zone. I have to be able to get up and get after the next day just as fast. So the big thing is know that if you have big goals and big dreams, along the way, failure is going to happen. So how fast do you get up from that?
The easiest thing in the world to do is to complain, blame, and quit and settle. That's the easiest thing in the world to do. But it takes real work to deconstruct and to reconstruct the thought process and the mindset of an individual when they're trying to change something.
You got to stick to the script. You got to continue to take steps every single day. Even if things don't always work out, don't waver. Don't just start to go off the path because you're not getting what you want. You know what I mean? And trust the process. Have faith that things will work out. And at this moment, what you're going through is teaching you something.
In life, you have to have no fear. You have to have no fear. You have to believe in who you are and what you do. And just go and get it.
What are you waiting for? In all honesty, what are you freaking waiting for? You know, there's not just gonna be a day where, for no reason, you're gonna just wake up and say, I'm gonna go to the gym every day in perpetuity. No, that doesn't really happen.
Most people don't lead their life, they accept their life. And when you accept your life, you are living on things that are not worthy of your time and effort and energy. To go uphill, you have to be intentional. Nobody ever went uphill by accident. You've never read a book on accidental achievements. You have to be intentional with what you do and who you are.
As far as I can tell, it's just about letting the universe know what you want and working toward it while letting go of how it comes to pass. Your job is not to figure out how it's going to happen for you, but to open the door in your head. And when the door opens in real life, just walk through it. And when I say life doesn't happen to you, it happens for you, I really don't know if that's true. Why not take a chance on faith as well? But faith, not hope. But faith. I don't believe in hope. Hope is a beggar. Hope walks through the fire and faith leaps over it.
You know yourself better than anyone, but sometimes you fall into the trap of believing the world. You're the only one who knows what's best for you. You don't need to look for answers anywhere else. They're inside of you. There's gonna be noise from every corner. Ignore it. Stay true to yourself, because when you do, every challenge becomes a victory waiting to happen.
Every day, sunrise, sun goes down. So that means there is a up, there is a down. Since we are born, we have inhaled 50% of our times, we have exhaled 50% of our times. Our heart, the same. Sucking the blood, pumping the blood, also the same. Meaning always 50-50. Always the exchange between left and right, up and down, bright and dark, in and out, success and failure.
So the hardest thing to get people about success, the hardest thing is to start. Start, man.
Every morning when you get up, say over and over to yourself, do it now, do it now, do it now. I do it now, do it now. Whenever you have this tendency to procrastinate, program your subconscious mind with this automatic conditioned command, do it now, do it now, do it now. The key to overcoming procrastination is to develop a sense of urgency. Be the kind of person who gets things done quickly. Be the kind of person who launches fast on a task.
5 choices, in our life. We can be bad at what we do. We can be average at what we do. We can be good at what we do, or we can be excellent, or we can be elite. And everybody has a choice as to what they want to do and how they want to do that. But if you're going to be excellent or elite, you got to do special things. You have to have special intensity, you have to have special focus, you have to have a special commitment and drive and passion to do things at a high level and a high standard all the time. It doesn't matter what God-given ability that you have, that probably can make you good. But without the rest of it, I'm not sure you ever get excellent or elite.
Most people will not understand your obsession, your drive, and your determination. Success is a lonely journey. That's just a reality. And most people are not going to understand why you're so driven, why you're so obsessed. And if you try and make them understand, you're going to end up frustrated.
Champion mentality. I'm not bound to succeed, but I'm bound to live up to the light that I have.
Remember that it's not the things that happen to you. Like, you might not be able to control everything that happens to you, right? It's inevitable. Things are going to happen that are out of your control. But the one thing that is always in your control is how you respond, your perspective, your mindset. And that's the thing that you need to be taking responsibility for and taking accountability for, is how you respond to these things that happen to you in life. Things are going to happen. You're going to be hurt. You're going to get faced with adversity. You're going to be heartbroken, right? You might lose somebody. Whatever it may be, there's so many things that will happen to you that aren't in your control. And you need to focus on responding in the way that is going to help, that is going to nurture you and help you move forward instead of keeping you stuck.
Don't really let anybody take away that dream from you. Nurture it, water it like you water the flowers. Even if you find only one person in this world that will accept, embrace, and support your dreams, find that person and dream big, because you can make it.
The goal that you seek, or the prize that you're seeking, is in the work that you're not doing. No matter where your goal is in terms of its height or how delusional it may seem, you're still gonna aim for it and just figure out whether or not you'll get there later.
Something in you has to wake up. And usually the only person that can wake it up is you. But if you don't have a little flame, you're done. I can't light it for you. And that's the harsh reality of this life that I want to get across so fucking bad. You have to explore, examine the insides of yourself. And what do you really want out of life?
Thoughts are the language of the brain, and feelings are the language of the body. And how you think and how you feel creates your state of being. So if you think insecure thoughts, in a matter of seconds, you are going to feel insecure. Brain is monitoring how you're feeling, and you think more insecure thoughts, which then makes you feel more insecure. And the repetition of that cycle conditions the body to become the mind of insecurity. And whenever you say, I am anything, you are commanding your mind and body into a destiny.
Even if you're tired, you can still go to the gym. Even if you're annoyed with your spouse, you can still speak in a manner that's loving. Even if you don't feel like doing that hard work, you can still push yourself to do it. Your feelings aren't a choice. Your behavior and your thoughts are always a choice.
Life is about loss. As time goes on, we lose fights, we lose people we love, we lose our hair, and then we lose our life. You know? It's all a loss. But from all these losses, we learn so much.
When everything is falling apart in your life, when people are leaving you, when people are betraying you, when people are not coming through with their word, are you still going to put in the work? Are you still going to execute? Are you still going to do today what you told yourself that you would do yesterday?
Seeing opportunities instead of seeing punishments, and instead of seeing downturns in your life, seeing opportunities, it's just going to have such a much better impact on the way where you get to.
Hold a constant vision of what it is you want to achieve, see it accomplished, and go all out. Find a way to win in spite of the setbacks, in spite of the disappointments, in spite of your failures. I tell people, fail your way to success. I have a saying, is life knocks you down, try and land on your back, because if you can look up, you can get up.
I'm continuing to take the steps each and every day and move in the direction that I know is aligned with, my calling and my truth, then I know that I'll get to where I need to be when I need to be there, right? And all that's doing is distracting you from moving in the direction that you need to be moving into, and the more you focus on what everybody else is doing, the more you're going to continue to make decisions that aren't aligned with what you should be doing.
Trauma, tragedy, darkness. They leave marks that never fully fade. They change you in ways you never asked for, ways you never wanted. And when you're in the middle of it, when the weight of it presses down on you, it feels impossible to move, impossible to breathe. Like the light you once had inside you has been snuffed out, and all that's left is this endless shadow. But let me tell you something. You're still here, and that means something. It means the darkness didn't win. It means you've already survived what you thought you couldn't. It means that no matter how broken, how hurt, how lost you feel, there is still something inside you. Something strong, something unyielding, something that refuses to give up. Trauma changes you, yes, but it doesn't have to define you. The truth is, life will break you. It will tear you apart in ways you can't predict, in ways you didn't prepare for. But the breaking, that's not the end. The breaking is where the rebuilding begins. The breaking is where you find out what you're made of, what you're capable of, what you can endure and still rise from. It's easy to feel like your trauma, your tragedy, your pain are the end of your story. Like you'll never be whole again. Like the person you were before is gone forever. And maybe they are. Maybe you'll never be the same. But who says that's a bad thing? Who says the person you're becoming, the person who's learning to rise from the ashes, who's rebuilding themselves piece by piece, isn't stronger, wiser, more resilient?
There's a Japanese art called kintsugi. When a piece of pottery breaks, it's not thrown away. It's repaired carefully, lovingly, with gold. The cracks aren't hidden. They're highlighted, transformed into something beautiful. The piece becomes more valuable, not despite its brokenness, but because of it. That's you. Your scars, your pain, your history, they don't make you less. They make you more. But here's the thing. Healing isn't a straight line. It's not a neat process with clear steps and a perfect ending. It's messy. It's full of setbacks, of moments where it feels like you're moving backward, of days when the darkness feels like it's swallowing you whole. And that's okay, because healing isn't about never feeling the pain again. It's about learning how to carry it, learning how to live alongside it without letting it consume you. You don't have to erase the darkness to find the light. The two can coexist. And in time, you'll realize that the darkness doesn't make the light any less real. If anything, it makes it shine brighter. But here's the hard part. Healing takes work. It takes courage. It takes showing up for yourself. even on the days when you don't want to, even on the days when it feels pointless, even on the days when you'd rather stay in the darkness because it's familiar, because it's easier than facing the light. Healing means taking small, deliberate steps toward yourself, toward the person you're becoming, toward the life you still deserve to live.
And you do deserve it. No matter what's happened to you, no matter what you've lost, no matter how broken you feel, you deserve joy. You deserve peace. You deserve to build a life that feels like your own, even if it doesn't look like the life you had before, especially if it doesn't. But let's be honest, the world isn't always kind to people who've been through trauma. It doesn't wait for you to catch up. It doesn't give you the time or space to heal. And that's why you have to be kind to yourself. You have to give yourself the grace, the patience, the compassion that the world won't. You have to remind yourself that healing isn't a race, that there's no timeline, no deadline, no finish line you have to reach. Healing isn't about becoming the person you were before. It's about becoming the person you're meant to be now. A person who has walked through the fire and come out the other side. A person who has faced the darkness and refused to let it win. A person who carries their scars not as reminders of what they've lost, but as proof of what they've survived. And here's the truth. The darkness doesn't go away overnight. There will be moments, maybe days, maybe weeks, maybe longer, when it still feels overwhelming, when the weight of it feels unbearable. But those moments don't mean you're failing. They don't mean you're broken. They mean you're human. And being human means you get to feel the pain and the joy, the loss and the love, the darkness and the light. You are not your trauma. You are not your tragedy. You are the person who's learning to live again, despite them. You are the person who's choosing to move forward, one step at a time, even when it feels impossible. You are the person who refuses to let the worst moments of your life define the rest of your life.
That is strength. That is resilience. That is power. So if you're in the darkness right now, if you're carrying the weight of trauma, of loss, of pain, I want you to know this. You are not alone. You are not broken beyond repair. And this moment, this is not the end of your story. This is the chapter where you begin again. This is the chapter where you start to rewrite your narrative, not as a victim, but as a survivor. Not as someone who's defined by their pain, but as someone who's shaped by it, strengthened by it, transformed by it. The darkness is real, yes, but so is the light. And as long as you're still here, as long as you're still breathing, as long as you're still willing to take one step forward, there is hope, there is healing, there is a future waiting for you, a future that's not defined by what you've been through, but by what you choose to do next. So rise, not all at once, not perfectly, but steadily, surely, powerfully. Rise. The light is waiting.
99% of people in the world are convinced that they're incapable of achieving great things, so they aim for the mediocre. The level of competition is thus fiercest for realistic goals, paradoxically making them the most time and energy consuming. If you are insecure, guess what? The rest of the world is too. Do not overestimate the competition and underestimate yourself. You are better than you think.
I've seen great dudes like you who have so much potential, and you can create so much change and solve so many problems for the world, literally sitting there suffering in silence because you fail to take action and you fail to execute on what you know you need to. Remember this, that average is the enemy, that success is your responsibility, and change can take place in an instant if you are willing to flip the switch.
You're not alone, man. You know, we're only alone when we find ourselves alone. We got to remember to get out there. Nobody's going to come and just help us be on alone. We have to do it. Nothing changes if nothing changes, you know? So if I want something to be different, I have to do something different.
Someone is dying to be your age. Someone is dreaming of living your worst day. Someone is wishing they had your apartment. Someone is hoping they had your health. Someone is working to get to where you are. Remember, yesterday you asked for what you have today.
The world belongs to optimists, because if you're going to do anything big, you have to believe that it can happen. Otherwise, it never will. Sean Puri says the cynics get to be right and the optimists get to be rich. 99% right and 100% wrong. They're right 99% of the time, but they're wrong 100% because the only thing that matters is the big one at the end. Your family and friends will say that every girl you ever date is not good enough, except for the one time you find a girl that you're actually going to marry, or that this business idea won't work, and you might have 9 failures. My first 9 businesses didn't really amount to anything. 9, as in the first one, I spent time on it, it failed. Second one, this one will be different, spent time on it, failed. And then the third one, this one, failed. And then 6 more after that. And it's painful as shit because the whole time everyone is telling you, I told you so. And they're right. Today, but not forever.
It's Christmas morning, and I know today for a lot of you is a big reminder of the people in your life. And I know for some, it's a reminder of who isn't. Wherever your mind goes, please recognize that today is a great opportunity to care for yourself, to give the gift of treating today like it matters is the best thing you could do for you, because like any other day, it does. Do something hard to prove that even on a day like this, you can show up.
And I think that too many people do this. Why can't the world insert be more convenient for me? Well, the world is uncaring and doesn't care about you at all. And underpinning that statement is the entitlement, is the expectation that it somehow should. And I think that is a poverty lens. And so the wealthy accept the world for what it is and then choose to maximize and adapt. Everyone else tries to stomp their feet and throw tantrums and say how it's not fair. And they're right. And so what? There's a Haitian proverb that I think is relevant right now, which is, behind mountains are more mountains. Goals aren't finish lines, they're mile markers. And I think that's a great mental frame, which is that you think that your goal is to get to $10,000 a month, or $100,000 a month, or $1 million a month, or $10 million a month, whatever your goal is. And I can promise you, having hit those, you just move it again. The mist lifts when you get there and you realize there's another mountaintop. But where people lose their way is when they start listening to people at the bottom of the mountain who see them at the subhead and say, you weren't happy last time when you got to the last peak. Why are you gonna be happy the next time? But that's under their assumption in their poverty lens that you did it to get to the mountaintop. You did it for the climb, and they'll never understand that, and don't expect them to.
A man matures through early mornings, late nights, pain, losses, disrespect, disappointments, deep reflection, and moments of loneliness with just you. Age has very little to do with it, as you can meet a man who's 23 and a boy who's 35. Because always remember, it's the days that break a man, which are the days that make a man.
Always believe and you will achieve whatever it is that you want. Never quit halfway through something. Continue to move forward and finish it. Not quit, because nothing comes easy. It's all about never quitting and never giving up. Not winning all the time, because winning isn't everything. Sometimes when you get defeated, it makes you stronger and make you want to come back and work harder for it. And you respect yourself more for this.
You need an alter ego. A version of you that's limitless. Make your weaknesses their strength.
Make your insecurity their confidence. Give them a name. Give them traits. Create an amazing character. When you need them, let them take over. And eventually, you won't need to pretend. It will just be you.
What would you do if the unthinkable happens to you? What would you do if you had an accident, or you lost your job, or you were laid off, or you became ill? How would you provide for yourself? That life is about today, living today, that whatever I want to do, I do it right now. So whatever you want to do, whatever idea that you have, the longer that you're sitting on that idea, you're either creating or you are disintegrating. If you're not using it, your skills are diminishing every day. And there goes a second. There goes another second. And life is happening right now.
Well, maybe you're leaving out the meaning of life. That's what it looks like to me. It's like, here you are, suffering away. What makes it worthwhile? Right? It's almost impossible to describe how bad an idea that is. Responsibility. That's what gives life meaning. It's like lift a load. Then you can tolerate yourself, right? Because look at, you're useless, easily hurt, easily killed. Why should you have any self-respect? That's the story of the fall. Pick something up and carry it. Make it heavy enough so that you can think, yeah, well, useless as I am, at least I could move that from there to there.
I made this person by diving into the insecurities that life gave me. Because now they're yours. They're yours to own. If you're not smart, call yourself dumb. It's okay, because you are. But take that not as you're putting yourself down. If you're fat, call yourself fat. I used to be 300 pounds. We want to talk so soft to ourselves. We're looking for that recovery day. And that recovery day is everything in your life. Everything in your life is a recovery day. We're looking for it. It's not coming. It's not coming.
Everybody wants to get to a place. Very few are willing to sacrifice to get there. Everybody wants something, and very few people are executing to go there. The amount of people whose actions map to the ambition coming out of their mouth is very low. There is no shortcuts, there is no secret, there's no system or model.
Self-care is saying, I want to be responsible for my future, meaning I want to give my body, give my mind, give myself what I need so that I'm playing the long game. That recognizing, self-care is recognizing this is not a sprint. This life is a marathon.
See, a lot of people allow fear to stop them from living their dream. Answer your calling, whatever you're called to do. Don't count yourself out. Don't say, I can't do that. Many of us go through life saying no, and you don't even know what you're saying no to. You don't know what you cannot do if you're not willing to challenge yourself.
Daily. So trust, self-love is the soil in which you plant future contribution seeds in. And then daily grind is the light and the water required to be of some use and some possibility for those of us witnessing your life. Don't mistake complacency with self-love. Self-love says, I'm whole and complete and enough with where I start, but hold me accountable to where I'm going.
And I don't like using the word easy, but I'm gonna say it. It has never been easier to make $100,000 a year because of this. The problem is everybody thinks you have to make $1 billion. And the problem is nobody has humility to live a $100,000 lifestyle. I think we have to change the conversation in our society. Not in Southeast Asia, not in America. 7 billion people need to change the conversation of what success looks like. It is not to make $1 billion. It is to actually wake up in the morning and be in a good mood.
What's your highest value? Right? It's the star. It's like, okay, what are you aiming for?
You can decide, man. But there's some criteria. It should be good for you. I mean, there's constraints on what you should regard as a value. But within those constraints, you have the choice. You have choice.
I don't care how you perceive David Goggins, because through my journey, I figured out the one piece I was missing. I thought it was cars. I thought it was women. I thought it was everything. The one piece I was missing was me having the courage to face myself.
Awareness plus action equals transformation. Please don't skip that plus action part, because action is the antidote for despair. John Bias says, action is the antidote. Anything that's not working in your life, you have to be in some form of action.
Actually thought about your life in a 50-year window or an 80-year window, you would slow down. Everybody wants to succeed so fast because they want to prove something to somebody else.
You develop your gifts. Your gifts will take you places that you'll never begin to imagine.
Life is suffering. Right. Indisputable. What do you do about that? You voluntarily accept it and then strive to overcome the suffering that's a consequence of that.
Whenever hardness comes, and you don't know what it is, it may be different for you than it is for me, but you go back to your insecurities. And then when you go back to your insecurities, you then look for comfort within those insecurities.
Man, let me just tell you, if my life just belonged to me and I knew it to be so, I wouldn't have done half the things I've done. With all the discomfort it brought me, all the Pyrrhic victories, all the time lost, I have had to surrender the chill time, the bubble bath time, the time that I've surrendered so that my life could be of contribution. Man, your life doesn't belong to you. Your life belongs to those people who are going to cross your path.
The major key to your taking charge of your destiny is you. It's you. And even though you might not have all the things going for you that you would like, you have the power within you as you begin to develop your consciousness, as you hold the vision of what it is that you want to do, as you decide to answer this small voice within you. Because as you respond to this voice that's telling you you ought to do this, the way will come, ideas will come to you. You will begin to attract things you need and things that you don't even know that you need right now.
We look for our wife or our husband, we look for comfort. It's in those moments you must retrain your mind to think differently in help.
You have one job in your life for you, to make what you think about life true. You want to be right about the life you see. So you're going to work hard to produce the life that you talk about in your mind.
Never allow my fear to limit me. I'll figure out how to get past it. I think the thing that you should be afraid of most would probably be being alone. And I've been on my own since I can remember.
So you went for permission? You want me to go under you and you asking permission? Well, I'm not listening to nobody. You see, I do better when I listen to me.
You know, I had to convince myself that I'm gonna make it.
A lot of people probably think I was born fearless. I might project that energy, but it's not true. I was scared of the dark as a child.
It shifted me. It's either when you get hurt that bad, either your fear consumes you or you'll become a bit insensitive and you'll start to approach the problem instead of run from it. I never ran from anything because I never had nobody to go to. I've always had that, where I'm going. Home to get me.
I've experienced anxiety and angst of all kinds. The difference is I refuse to allow myself to grow comfortable in all those fears. Comfort, I learned, is a dream killer. It saps our ambition, blinds our vision, promotes complacency, The number one thing most people are comfortable with is fear.
There's going to be points that people are going to mistake my confidence for arrogance because they don't understand the process I went through and how much I had to believe in myself in order to make these things happen. I feel like you can will yourself into a good space. Like, things that are meant to happen will. And if you believe in yourself enough, you can help yourself learn. No matter how much you feel like you're prepared for something, it never happens on your time, like when you think you're ready, like it's supposed to happen. It always happens when it's supposed to happen.
I think if you do things on other people's terms, then it's just wrong for your life. If I had to be different in order to make it happen, I wouldn't be being me and it wouldn't be the right thing.
Well, when you're in life-threatening situations, it makes you a little more conscious of death. You know, and the more that you are aware of your fate, the higher the probability you have a chance to live.
Ask someone if they're living in a constant state of fear, and they'll probably say, of course not. That's just pride talking though. Fear dominates most people's lives. Fear of loss, fear of failure, fear of the unknown, fear of loneliness. I don't think there's anything shameful about experiencing fear. A little bit of paranoia is actually extremely helpful. There are a lot of real dangers out there. A lot of people with bad intentions. Being aware of those possibilities makes it easier to avoid them. What you cannot do is become complacent with any of those fears. If you feel lost, you can't spend your life avoiding intimacy and love, something I've struggled with. If you fear failure, you can't stop taking risks. If you fear the unknown, you can't stop trying new experiences.
You see what I'm saying? And we got some people that have just decided not to try. They're more comfortable in a tent with nothing on their schedule every day. Some of them make the decision to just get the tent and feel no pressure to make it or no pressure to do anything. You know what I mean? And that's just, I can't comprehend the thinking. Like, you know, my thought process is so different from them that I can't relate to it. When I say get rich or die trying in a literal fashion, I think they took it where I meant I'm determined I'm gonna make it or I'm putting everything on the line here.
It is not death a man should fear, said the Roman emperor and philosopher Marcus Aurelius. But he should fear never beginning to live. Some people, they have the trait of, like, let's say the person across the street, they look at you, they don't like you across the street. Some people feel the need to go across the street to say why I'm a good person. I don't give a fuck.
Now I'm fucking say you crazy, call me crazy, you know I'll be thinking when they say that? Yeah, I'm crazy, I'll be thinking, yep. I was crazy enough to believe what the fuck I was saying gonna happen was gonna happen. And that's why I was persistent enough and consistent enough to exist now.
Being persistent, right? I think the only thing that separates people is passion. Having the ability to focus on something, or to work on it, will allow you to work hard enough to be good enough at it. That's the Kobe Bryant run. He outworked those people. He, like, you know, black people in the league perform according to their paycheck. So you're like, I ain't getting that money, let them do it.
I think the things you go through make you who you are. So I don't regret those things. Well, I think ambition as a part of a person's character isn't a learned behavior. You know, so I'll always be looking forward to move to the next level where there's different opportunities open up for me. I'll explore them. Like, so I can't put a limit to how far I can actually go.
Get rich or die trying, right? And the process, because that's already what I'm feeling like I'm going to do. I'm in the process. It's the greatest thing is to watch me, because either I'm going to get rich or I'm going to die in the process. And then if I die in the process, I was doing what I wanted to do. I can trace the roots of my own sense of fearlessness back to one specific event, the death of my mother. That's a special kind of fear, one that is hard to describe.
I didn't communicate well with the loss of my mom. I actually never really spoke to anybody about it. She was everything. She was like my mother, my father. My mom met me at 15. So it felt like the only real option would be to actually hustle at that point from her, I believe. I don't think she would agree with me going in that direction to hustle. I don't think she wanted that for me. You know, but the other part, the music and everything else that happened, I think she'd be really proud of me.
Losing my mother was the most significant thing that ever happened to me. Even in middle age, I could still feel her loss. But through her death, my mother managed to give me a rare gift, the seed of fearlessness.
I don't mind losing. I just like to lose at my expense, let it be my fault. If I'm losing based on someone else's decision to do it, I'm furious about it. Yeah. Because I'm like, I could have learned it and made better judgment myself than to just allow that to happen. I got instincts. A lot of people will gauge your level of intelligence by you having an associate's, bachelor's, or a master's degree, but a lot of those people retain information long enough to pass midterms and never use it.
I also came to understand another important truth. I wasn't comfortable being scared. That may seem like an obvious thing to say, but I think it's actually what makes me unique. Most people are extremely comfortable with their fears. Afraid of flying? Stay off of planes. Afraid of failure? Well, then don't even try. A lot of people live their entire lives that way. Not me. I hated being scared. I hated looking over my shoulder. To me, hiding would have almost been worse than getting shot. In some ways, the physical pain I endured was my friend. It pushed me further than most people are willing to go.
See, because the guy at the schoolyard doesn't want to fight always leads to a black guy. The moment that you show people that you're not willing to fight, they want to fight. You change the feelings. Do you want to feel like you're afraid all the time? Or do you start to become the aggressor? Mm-hmm. And you start saying, you know what? You ain't got to find me because I'm looking for you. And then it changes everything.
Try the treadmill with no music. See how long you do that. Because you'll be in your head so much and you hear yourself breathing, you ain't gonna do it as long as you usually do it. When you can put the music on and just go, it takes your mind off of it, you can do the work. When fear interrupts your routine or makes you rethink it in any way, it's gotten its hooks deep into you and will hold you back forever. Cowards die many times before their deaths, wrote Shakespeare. The valiant never tasted death but once. I wasn't trying to go out like a coward. The best way to get past a fear that's holding you back is first to acknowledge it and then come up with a plan to get past it. So that's what I did. First, I accepted that I was afraid.
I feel like I can't change, and that's that I'm misunderstood. You know, my confidence is mistaken for arrogance constantly. You know, people don't actually understand my intentions a lot of the time. Because what I've offered is myself. So there's artists out there that can beat me at doing different things, but not at being me. Can't nobody beat me at being that.
Well. If it isn't the guy that thinks it's too late.
Then this is one part that I try to tell people and teach them. If you're trying to go to that uncommon, amongst the uncommon place, it's a lonely motherfucker up there, man.
If I had to pick one trait for a young man to have, it would be resilience.
Let me ask you something, bro. Why not you? I think I know why. It's because you never really believed it in the first place.
Do you want to be on your deathbed knowing that you could, but you didn't?
I'm not asking you for very much at all. I'm just asking you to be disciplined now.
If you go visit the darkness that you've been running from, you'll have the opportunity to leave a better person.
Like if you're gonna live, you're gonna be pushed past your limit, right? If you're gonna live. So, but who knows what you discover when you push past your limit?
People will try to put the same limitations on you that they put on themselves. Don't mistake their insecurities for your ceiling.
Death is real, and the clock's gonna keep ticking whether you like it or not. You have right now. You just have to take the first step.
I define resilience as the amount of time after an aversive experience that you return to baseline function. And so if you have a series of behaviors that you do under certain conditions and then something bad happens, how quickly you return back to the original behavior set. And so in doing that, like if someone can not give up and learn, then on a long enough time horizon, you guarantee victory. Like if you only had those things, you don't stop and you get better. That's it.
Remember when you don't feel like doing something that you're not doing it for how you feel now? It hurts right now. It's inconvenient. It's uncomfortable. You're doing it for you in the future, you tomorrow, you in a year from now. You will thank yourself for staying consistent in the times where you felt like giving up, where it felt like the most viable option. But it is in these moments that separate those who prevail and those who don't. You will win in the long run. You just can't give up. That is the only way you lose, my friend.
The warrior is strong, yet his sleep is fragile. His wisdom, an amalgamation of precedent, yet his decisions cannot be based on the frailties of man. He is rather fueled by divine inspiration, ascending from the heart. He knows not anger, and only fears the unknown. The warrior does not judge, for his true assignment is to deliver evidence of superior behavior to the creator of all men. The warrior does not dream of frontiers. He only sees horizons. The true warrior knows, accepts, and embraces, above all, integrity, which is his course in life. And only when one can fully absorb these most divine of all virtues can one at last see how impossible and futile it is to make war.
One of the things that I've noticed between champions and everyone else is that everyone else is so excited when they win. They're so excited, by the idea of them getting first place. But there's a reason that they never get first place. It's because they're excited about it. The people who always and very consistently hit first place and win the championships are relieved because they tend to hate losing more than they love winning. And they expected to win because of the level of preparation they had compared to everyone else.
I don't like the notion of everyone saying, oh, he got lucky, Yeah, he got lucky. Yeah, of course. But luck to me is not what everyone is saying. Luck is when preparation meets opportunity.
The most important question that you have to ask yourself in life is how badly do you want what you want? How badly do you want it? Or do you want it at all? You see, there's an awful lot of people who want an awful lot of things. But how badly do they want it? If you want it so badly, if you want it with tremendous intensity of desire, there's really nothing in the world that can stop you from getting it.
Don't let them ever see you with your head down, bro. Get up. You're not tired. Get up. They're watching. Your kids are looking for their father to be strong and somebody they can follow. Don't disappoint them, bro. Don't let the troubles of this world bring you down, because there's so many people counting on you to make it. You're not tired. Get up and do it for them. Do it for them.
When the lights are off and everybody else has gone home and everybody else is taking a break and everybody else is just doing whatever they are going to do, what are you doing then? That's going to determine what your life outcome is. It's about how you move when no one's watching. It's about how you work when you're not going to get applause. It's not about what you do on Instagram. It's about what you do in reality. You've been taught that it is just about showing up on time and doing the job. Greatness does not come from doing what you're supposed to do. It comes from you deciding what you actually want and you saying, I am willing to do whatever the takes to create that, no matter how hard, no matter how long, no matter what I have to go through, I will get there.
You're living. How do you want to live? How do you want to die? How do you want to be remembered? There was no passion, no drive, no nothing. But I had this fire that I'm going to be somebody. I want to give people the confidence to walk in a room of 1 million people and none of them like you, and you just say, F you, I'm good. And walk out with you by yourself.
Hardest thing in life, guys, it isn't doing this stuff.
isn't going past your current levels of comfort, hitting new levels, getting knocked in your ass. That's not the hard part of life. The hard part of life is when you don't have the time to do this anymore, and you didn't achieve everything you wanted to do. And you look back on your life knowing there were pockets throughout your existence where you could have applied yourself. Now all that's left is you in a self-arrest, self-paralysis state, thinking, wow, I could have been great. Wow, I could have done something with my life. Now I'm stuck with this shit all the life I'm in. Think of that, and you're in here hurting, man. You're wondering, how do you go on? The better question is, how can you not go on?
I think the most important thing is to become the best version of yourself, to become and achieve your fullest potential. But you can truly become whoever you want to be. And I wanted to push this message of hope, and I wanted to push this message of, if you work hard, if you are consistent, and if you dedicate yourself to a worthy ideal, you can become whoever you want to become.
Give people the freedom to think negative thoughts about you. And when you let people think negative thoughts about you, it unlocks your confidence, it frees your self-expression, and it will catapult you into a whole new chapter of your life, your career, your happiness. This is amazing. Give people the freedom to think something negative about you. Let them. You have zero control over someone else's opinion of you. So it is stupid to waste your time trying to manage it. The fact is, it's impossible to control someone else's thoughts. Therefore, fearing what other people think or trying to control their thoughts is a complete waste of your time. You will never feel in control of your life, your feelings, your thoughts, or your actions until you first stop being consumed with or trying to control what other people think about you.
The ones doing the least will always talk the most. They don't see the hours you put in, the risks you took, and the sacrifices you made. They just see the surface and scream from the sidelines. Because the ones in the arena, they don't boo. They know what it takes. They know what it costs. So keep building, keep showing up, and don't waste your breath explaining your grind to anyone who's never laced up.
If most people have way more potential, but the thing is, people aren't pushing themselves. You need to start thinking how much you can push yourself instead of trying to see how much you can get away with. And learning how to push yourself more, you will unlock a level of potential that will look fucking crazy to everyone else. And if you can do that on a consistent basis, your whole life can change. Within a year, everything can change. But most people never push themselves. Everybody's trying to see how much they can get away with. They're not ready to get extreme. You know, if just being an extremist, you will bring so much more of your potential to the surface.
Your goal is growth to the grave. If you are breathing but not growing, you aren't living, you're dying. Make every moment of your life a moment of growth. There will be discomfort, there will be failure, there will be pain, and there will be growth to the grave.
Today, I want to talk about the most powerful tool you have in your arsenal. The power to never give up. Life, as we know it, is a series of peaks and valleys, highs and lows, victories and setbacks. It's a journey that tests our limits, challenges our resolve, and demands resilience. Imagine you are on a path towards your greatest dream. You can see it in the distance, but the journey is fraught with obstacles. There are moments when the path seems impossible to traverse, where the challenges feel insurmountable, and the temptation to quit looms large. It's in these moments, my friends, where your true character is forged. Every setback, every failure, every hurdle is not a roadblock, but a stepping stone. It's an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to become stronger.
The thing is that people, maybe it's you, are waiting for this perfect moment, but it doesn't come. It happens the moment you decide that you're fed up with waiting and decide to take action. And it only becomes the perfect moment when you look back on it
When you want more for yourself, when you want more out of life, when you want more success, when you want more wins, everyone thinks they gotta add more. To get more, you need to add more. Well, let me tell you something. The more you want to achieve, it's not always about the addition. It's more about the subtraction. It's more about the delete.
Every single person that's ever been successful, every single person that's ever made something of themselves has at one point or another made a mistake. They've done something wrong. They've fallen off the path. And I'm sure you have too. But what makes those people exceptional, what separates those people from everyone else, is when they make a mistake, when they make an error, when they do something wrong, they recognize that they did it, they admit that they did it, and they get back on the right path.
When you feel like giving up, remember why you started. Recall the passion that ignited your journey, the dreams that fuel your ambition. Success is not reserved for the chosen few. It's for those who are relentless, who persevere despite the odds, who refuse to accept defeat. Look at the great achievers in history, from athletes who have overcome injuries to win championships, to scientists who have defied conventional wisdom to make groundbreaking discoveries. Their common thread is not extraordinary talent, but extraordinary perseverance. You are capable of achieving greatness. The road may be long and the challenges may be many, but your determination can conquer them all. Embrace the difficulties, for they are the fires that temper the steel of your spirit. Let every failure be a lesson, every setback a setup for a comeback, and every doubt a fuel for your drive. Believe in yourself, even when it seems no one else does. Trust that you have within you the strength, the courage, and the resilience to achieve your dreams. Remember that quitting is never an option. It's just a detour that leads you away from your destiny. So, stand tall in the face of adversity. Keep pushing, keep fighting, and never, ever give up. Your perseverance will pave the way to your success. Your journey may be tough, but the reward will be worth it. You are unstoppable. You are resilient. You are destined for greatness.
You can change your life just by making the decision to do so. Make the choice to surround yourself with people who take action and set high standards. Choose to be better. The first step to changing your life starts with a single choice. Let that decision ignite a series of actions, each one a catalyst for massive transformation. In the simplicity of a single choice lies the potential to change your life. Make the right decision. Your future self is counting on you.
Happiness is not a byproduct of ease. Happiness is a byproduct of struggle, intensity, consistency, discipline, doing hard things on a regular basis. I've said this before, every single thing you want in life is on the other side of something that sucks, of hundreds of things that suck. So the willingness to endure that struggle every single day and understand that it's an act of service for your future self and for the future that you're trying to build, that is how you build durable, lasting, sustainable happiness.
In time, you will realize that everything unfolded exactly as it needed to. The timing of events, the doors that closed, and the ones that never opened were all part of a greater plan.
The tragedy, the moments of despair, the times in your life when it seemed like everything was against you. These are not happenings of mere coincidence. This is much more personal than that. You are under attack by an evil force that was sent to defeat you, to dishearten you, to strip you of your faith. What does that mean to you? That this force has inflicted harm upon you, like a middle school bully pushing their target to the ground. What will you do? Will you get back up? Will you push back? Or will you lie there on the floor to be mocked and pitied? But do not forget that you possess an energy far greater than any, as it is the origin of all that exists, including evil.
I was poor because I didn't have anything. I had no money, I had no things, we had no TV, we had no refrigerator, we had nothing as kids. But I was rich because I had a dream of becoming the greatest bodybuilder, but I had no idea that it would go as far as it did.
I'm here to talk about success. The first rule of success is to have a vision. You see, if you don't have a vision of where you go, and if you don't have a goal where you go, you drift around and you never end up anywhere. I mean, as you know, I was born in 1947 in Austria after the Second World War. So I was very fortunate that I stumbled onto my vision. And I didn't really like Austria when I grew up. I couldn't wait to get out of there. I couldn't see myself becoming a farmer or a worker in a factory or anything like that. Even though my parents wanted me to stay there and have a normal life. But that was their vision, not mine. My vision was totally different. I felt that I was born for something special, for something unique, for something big. Never ever think small. If you're going to accomplish anything, you have to think big. You have to go and shoot for the stars. The biggest challenge most people have is because they think small. And the reason why people think small and why they choose small little goals is because they're afraid to fail. They know that if you shoot for a big goal, then the chances of failing are very high. And they're afraid of failing. It's one of the most common things why people are frozen and why they can't make a move in life, because they're scared of failing. I say to myself, hey, I'm not worried about failing because that's part of life. You're not gonna go and win everything. And how far can you fall? Look at this is the ground. That's as far as I can fall. And you know something? That the only time you really consider the failure is if you fall and you don't get up. Everyone has a problem with time. But the day is 24 hours and we sleep 6. Now I know there's some out there that say, whoa, I need 8. Well, I say just sleep a little faster. Because the bottom line is we have 6 hours of sleep, 24 hours are available, so you have 18 hours now available to your work, your family, your hobbies, and also to learn something new. I went to college. I went and worked out 5 hours a day, and I was working on construction. Because in those days in bodybuilding, there was no money. I didn't have the money for food supplements or anything. So I had to go to work. So I worked in construction. I went to college. I worked out in the gym, and at night from 8 o'clock at night to 12 midnight, I went to acting class 4 times a week. So I did all of that. There was not one single minute that I wasted. And this is why I'm standing here today. People always come up to me and says, why are you smiling? You're working out 5 hours a day. You're doing the same as the other guys, but the other guys have a sour face. They're pissed off that they have to do another rep or another set or something. I looked forward to another 1,000 reps of sit-ups. I looked forward to another 500 pounds of leg press or squat. I looked forward to doing more and more curls until my arms fall off. Why? Because I knew that every rep that I did, that every set that I did, and more weights that I lifted, I get one step closer to turning that vision into reality. So I was turned on by that. I was excited. I couldn't wait to get to the gym. Training is part of my life. It's that simple. Nothing will ever change, and I will be working out till I die. And Muhammad Ali worked his butt off, and I saw it firsthand. And I remember that there was a sports writer that was there in the gym when he was working out and he was doing sit-ups. And they asked him, how many sit-ups do you do? And he said, I don't start counting until it hurts. Now think about that. He doesn't start counting his sit-ups until he feels pain. That's when he starts counting. That is working hard. And so you can't get around the hard work. It doesn't matter who it is. Work your ass off. There is no magic pill. There is no magic out there. You cannot get around. You have to work and work and work. Make sure of this and make sure of that and all that stuff. So it's work.
Give it up. Give up that war. You know, the war that you have to really fight is the war against yourself. You have to fight the war against yourself. Now, it's not easy to look in the mirror and to change your own life. It's hard as hell. You have to take responsibility. You have to learn new things. You have to feel uncomfortable. Good, because discomfort is how we grow. That's how we become strong. If you run away from discomfort and resistance your whole life, you will always be weak.
Remember one thing, through every dark night, there's a bright day after that.
Along the way, you're going to need to do things you don't want to do or might not think you can do. It's okay to be scared. It's natural to doubt yourself. But if you can push through that and do what needs to be done, you'll do just fine.
Here's a simple rule. Never, ever, ever let your mood dictate what you do. You have to take action first because movement changes your mood. If you want to be an author, write. And when you're done writing, your mood will be amazing. If you want to be healthier, exercise. And your mood after you move will feel incredible. Do not let the mood you're in now dictate what you do next. Act like the person you want to become. And when you start taking those actions and you start moving in the direction of your dreams and the things that you want and deserve in life, your mood will follow. It'll feel great. And you, my friend, will be getting it done.
Discipline acknowledges your feelings, but does not act on them. Discipline acknowledges that you do not want to put in the work, but you do it anyways. If you live your life off the fuel of motivation, you will run out and you will fail. But if you go off of discipline, you will always push forward. Discipline does what's required despite how you feel.
Everybody tells you when you get knocked out, stand right back up. Don't let them see you knocked down. I totally disagree with that. Totally disagree with that. Because if you stand up, you're gonna stand up the same individual that got knocked, the same way you got knocked out. You're the exact same person. Stay down there. Understand why you got knocked down, why you're down there. So when you stand up, there's something different about you. When you get knocked out, and you are gonna get knocked out, when you stand up stronger. You get knocked down again, stay down there. When you stand up, you're gonna stand up with more talent. You're gonna get knocked down again, stay down there. You're gonna be more intelligent, you're gonna be more resilient. Every time you get knocked down, there has to be a different, better version of you standing up. Otherwise, you're gonna keep getting knocked down.
Being a winner is a curse. It doesn't matter how much you've won before, you're not a winner until you win again, and again, and again. Nothing is enough. No one understands. And you never wanted to stop.
Go all out, find a way to win. In spite of the setbacks, in spite of the disappointments, in spite of your failures, fail your way to success. His life knocks you down trying to land on your back, because if you can look up, you can get up.
Fear establishes the boundaries of our freedom. So whatever you're afraid of, that becomes your limitation. If you're afraid of heights, you stay low. If you're afraid of people, you stay alone. If you're afraid of failure, you stay safe. And when you realize fear establishes the boundaries of your freedom, the moment you press through those fears, now you have unlimited freedom.
You know, knowing that you put the work in and have the confidence to let it show. What I tell people is just be the best version of yourself in anything that you do. You don't have to live anybody else's story. Sometimes people make it seem like you have to have certain prerequisites, but the truth is you really don't. It doesn't matter where you come from, what you have or don't have, what you lack, what you have too much of, but an undying passion for what you do or what you choose to do in this life, and a relentless drive and the will to do whatever it takes to be successful.
There's a lot of talk every day about conspiracy theories and about things that are floating around, and you know what's not a conspiracy theory? You. You know what's not a conspiracy theory? Your life. You know what doesn't need to be negotiated amongst the news and people and peers is your vision, your heart, your soul, your family. Focus at home. Don't worry about what's floating around in the media and who says this and who says what. Pay attention, see what they say, but realize something. Your life is not a conspiracy theory. Focus on that. Focus on your family. Focus on your goals. Focus on your vision. There's a lot of noise. There's a lot of chatter. One of the best places that you can spend your time, energy, bandwidth, heart, and soul is within the four walls of your own home.
You need to understand, like, everything in life and initially feels like bad reinforcement. You start going to the gym, you feel weak in order to become strong. You go to the library, you read, you don't understand, you feel stupid in order to become smart. The process of discomfort is inevitable. You have to go through it. Most people have that initial feeling, that initial lack of self-belief, because they don't understand that they have to be humbled first in every aspect in order to grow. You need to go through that parallel problem solving, you solve it, and then you get the reward.
None of us know what will happen. We can't predict how this journey will turn out to be. If you're finding it hard to imagine a future better than you have right now, just know that you're not alone. Sometimes we all feel stuck, afraid, overwhelmed, and lost. But regardless, we always find a way and carry on. Don't forget how you made it here. You overcame every challenge you ever faced, and I know you'll make it through this too.
It's so easy to lose ourselves in the midst of a storm, especially when it feels like we haven't seen a sunny day in months. And we think because this storm is so powerful that all of our dreams are going to be washed away with it. But what if the storm looked at you and said, if you stay true, what's for you will find you.
This is the comeback. Maybe you're in a rut, maybe you've just experienced failure, or maybe you're just lost. But this is the part in your story where the momentum shifts. This is where you find the drive that you've been looking for. It is now. This is the start of your comeback. The vision that you have for your future, everything you so desire, is begging you to pick yourself up and begin your journey. Because the window is closing, and if you pass this one up, you very well may solidify your eternal existence within the dreadful cycle of stagnation.
When you find that sense of purpose, when you find what I call your life's task, everything has a direction. Everything has a purpose. Your energy is concentrated. It's not like you're just going down a single narrow pathway. It's not like life becomes boring and it's just about discipline and solving problems. It's actually the most exciting thing that could ever happen to you, because you never have that lost feeling. You wake up in the morning and you go, yeah, this is what I need to accomplish. People come at you with all kinds of distractions and boring and irritating things. You're able to cut it out. It's just the most marvelous piece of internal radar that you can have. So I genuinely wish that everybody can find that kind of internal radar.
You are the creator. You are creating every aspect of your life. You're creating time, you're creating memories, you're creating bad habits, you're creating good habits, you're creating good relationships, you're creating bad relationships. You're creating everything. You're creating things that you don't like, you're creating things that you love. You are a creative being, and you need to be continuously creating in order to maintain momentum and energy.
The undisputed first law of personal growth is this: that people will never rise above the opinion of themselves. And when we commit to self-mastery, we give ourselves the best shot at becoming the best and greatest versions of ourselves that we can be. And then we get to become the example and the invitation to others. Be the change you wish to see in the world.
You know, in this life, in your own personal journey, you're gonna go through so many ups and downs, ebbs and flows, twists and turns. And it's so important to just embrace them all with an open mind and an open heart, you know, and understand that, you know, you're in a constant state of evolution and growth. And growth sometimes is amazing and it feels great and it's beautiful. And on the other end, growth sometimes is also incredibly painful and uncomfortable. And it's the ability to be able to embrace all those seasons, all those facets, understanding that through it all, you're growing and it's all serving a greater purpose.
Forward is progress. They all matter. Don't fall into the trap of comparison. If 6 months slip by without you achieving your goals, it's okay. As long as you're here, time is your ally. You are enough. You are deserving. You are capable. Life isn't a race. Your journey matters. You'll get there when you get there.
Your life and the journey you put yourself through, there's nothing more than that. And that's all I want people to do, is realize that you have to struggle. You have to struggle. The bigger the struggle, the bigger the peace. Bigger the suffering, the more peace.
I really hope that you know that you are going to overcome the things that feel impossible to forget. Because here's the thing, very soon, you are going to start making new, beautiful memories that are going to find a home in that place in you that's empty right now. And I also hope that you know that what is coming for you is going to be way better and way more amazing than what's left and what's gone.
You can reinvent and rebuild and rethink what you're going to do next any moment you choose. You're not too old, you're not too young, you're not too late. You need new goals. When you've been at this for a while, the goals that you had a decade ago are not the goals and the things that are going to motivate you right now. So instead of beating yourself up for not achieving those goals, why don't you flip your attitude and say to yourself, maybe those goals weren't the ones that are meant for you. What is it that you want in this moment of your life?
Why is it that we need to run from the chaos? Why is it that we need to run from the pain? Why is it that we want to run away from the things that hurt our feelings or hurt us inside or scare us? Why are we trying to run away from that stuff? Because we both know that our biggest lessons, your biggest lessons that you've ever experienced in life have come from the darkest times. You ever notice that we spend a lot of time and a lot of energy trying to keep ourselves out of trouble and keep ourselves away from the pain and away from the darkness, yet that is actually where the gift lies, is inside those places.
When you're at your lowest, you realize a lot. Everything is raw. Everything is simplified. It feels like everything's been lost, and all that you're left with is the foundation of you. But these are the perfect ingredients for a rebirth and a rebuild. You may not realize it now, but you're gonna look back and realize that rock bottom gave you the gift of being able to start over. And not many people get that gift. The pages are blank, and you are the author.
Oh, and in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. If I lose a few fringe people who can't deal with the fact there's other forces in the world, that's okay with me.
And we are born into a family, so we're told what our family name is, and then your parents choose a name and they say, your name will be Joel. It means the awesomeness of Yahweh, and you have to live up to that, dude. We're counting on you not to make us look bad. And you're gonna go to Harvard and you're gonna be a doctor. And by the way, you're a Catholic or you're a Jew or you're, whatever you are. It's like everything are these abstract structures that you're given. And it's supposed to hold you together somehow. And I've just given them up.
When I was, I guess, 15, I was 15 years old, and I was looking for a way into the business. I want to be the greatest actor that ever lived, frankly. But I don't need to be. I just really want to be here. That's it. Because life doesn't happen to you, it happens for you. Sometimes I think that's the only thing that's important, really. It's just letting each other know we're here. Reminding each other that we're part of a larger self. You know what? In order to go forward, I have to let go of what this creation is. Many of the things I do have to do with the disappointment of creating a winning personality in the world, and then eventually, for your own sanity and freedom, letting it go. I understood suddenly how thought was just an illusory thing, and how thought is responsible for, if not all, most of the suffering we experience.
Flying 6,000 miles an hour around the sun, balancing on tectonic plates that are floating on lava, ready for the end times to occur and whatever the hell is gonna happen. I'm just great. That's all great. I've decided to be there. I only act in the movies.
I dropped the whole trying to be something for somebody a long time. And at a certain point, I realized, hey, wait a second, if it's so easy to lose Jim Carrey, who the hell is Jim Carrey?
So you're just passing through.
It doesn't make any sense. I'm not looking backward.
Why don't we just...
It was more like you're supposed to say, we're important. And you're supposed to say, it's all going to be all right. And you're supposed to say that, whatever you dream can come true. And you're supposed to say all those things. I do believe in manifestation, power of that kind of stuff. But I don't believe that any of it matters. This mattering is to me a human construct born out of a need, the same need as you have to have deities and things like that. And I believe in an energy of God, energy of everything is divine. There's just not there's no thing that isn't divine. Everything is divine, and I'm that. And it doesn't matter to me what's happening. I'm finding that ultimately the freedom from it is something people are kind of hungry for in a way. Right. They're like, I don't want to be me either.
Right.
And I go, well, great, because you never have been. I believe that I had to become a famous, idea and get all the stuff that people dream about and accomplish a bunch of things that
this means, don't you?
That look like success in order to give up my attachment to those things. It's been a part of the evolution of ego is to spend your first half of your life acquiring and adding, thinking you can add to yourself, and it looks great. I mean, it looks great when you got a cool car and you got good, nice clothes, and you know, and you've done something that people admire, but it can never fulfill you. You can never be happy. You know what I mean? It's not where happiness comes from. And you know, I dealt with depression, you know, a few years ago, and people still think, well, he's going through, you can tell he's depressed. It's not. I have no depression in my life whatsoever. Literally none. I have sadness and joy and elation and satisfaction and gratitude beyond belief, but all of it is weather. And it just spins around the planet, you know? It doesn't sit on me long enough to kill me. The happy place is realizing that you're everything, you know, and that there's no real you involved in the first place. You know, it's a weird little semantic jump that you make where it sounds like, well, that's totally fucking threatening, man. I can't not be me. I built this construct. And it's just ideas. They're just ideas. You know, the only thing that separates you from an African American or an African Canadian is an idea. You know, and the weather, the adaptation to the climate, and whatever it is, I don't believe in any of it. And so, the feeling of wholeness is a different feeling than meanness.
I watched the effect of my father's love and humor and how it altered the world around me. And I thought, that's something to do. That's something worth my time. When I was about 28, after a decade as a professional comedian, I realized one night in LA that the purpose of my life had always been to free people from concern, just like my dad. I did something that made people present their best selves to me wherever I go. How will you serve the world? What do they need that your talent can provide? That's all you have to figure out. I can tell you from experience, the effect you have on others is the most valuable currency there is. Because ultimately, we're not the avatars we create. We are not the pictures on the film stock. We are the light that shines through. All else is just smoke and mirrors, distracting, but not truly compelling. That peace that we're after lies somewhere beyond personality, beyond the perception of others, beyond invention and disguise, even beyond effort itself. You can join the game, fight the wars, play with form all you want, but to find real peace, you have to let the armor go. Your need for acceptance can make you invisible in this world. Don't let anything stand in the way of the light that shines through this form. Risk being seen in all of your glory. I've often said that I wished people could realize all their dreams and wealth and fame, and so that they could see that it's not where you're going to find your sense of completion. Like many of you, I was concerned about going out into the world and doing something bigger than myself, until someone smarter than myself made me realize that there is nothing bigger than myself. Our eyes are not viewers, they are also projectors that are running a second story over the picture that we see in front of us all the time. Fear is writing that script, and the working title is, I'll Never Be Enough. I'm just making a conscious choice to perceive challenges as something beneficial so that I can deal with them in the most productive way. You'll come up with your own style. That's part of the fun. Life doesn't happen to you, it happens for you. You will only ever have two choices, love or fear. Choose love, and don't ever let fear
and turn you against your playful heart. All that will be left of you is what was in your heart. My soul is not contained within the limits of my body. My body is contained within the limitlessness of my soul. You can fail, and what you don't want. So you might as well take a chance on doing what you love. Relax and dream up a good life.
Brethren, what up with thee? Liar! You can spend your whole life imagining ghosts, worrying about the pathway to the future, but all there will ever be is what's happening here, and the decisions we make in this moment, which are based in either love or fear. So many of us choose our path out of fear disguised as practicality. What we really want seems impossibly out of reach and ridiculous to expect, so we never dare to ask the universe for it. I'm saying, I'm the proof that you can ask the universe for it.
You're on a spiritual journey, period. And we're all going to end up in the same place, if there is such a thing.
I used to be a guy who was experiencing the world, and now I feel like the world and the universe experiencing a God.
All we really yearn for is our own absence. I don't want anything. That's the craziest thing, and it's the weirdest thing to say, where I have no ambition. Somewhere in the middle of absolute confusion, absolute disappointment, the fruition of all of my dreams, standing there with everything anybody else had ever dreamed about having, and be unhappy.
You know, it's not Jim Carrey who can walk down the street just doing anything he wants to and get away with it because nobody knows you. You know, after a while, hopefully it'll be to the point where I can't walk out in the street. Won't that be fun? where it'll be impossible to walk anywhere without being recognized.
You're supposed to say, you know, we're important. Supposed to say, it's all going to be all right. You're supposed to say, whatever you dream can come true. So I do believe in manifestation, power of that kind of stuff, but I don't believe that any of it matters.
All spirituality is about relieving suffering.
You know, everything is divine. There's no thing that isn't divine. Everything is divine, and I'm that.
You go to the office and you put a monkey suit on and you act a certain way and you say a certain thing and you lie through your teeth at times and you do whatever you need to do to look like a winner. And then at some point of your life, you have to go, I don't care what it looks like. And I'm gonna face the abyss of not knowing whether that's gonna be okay with everybody or not.
The feeling of wholeness is a different feeling than meanness. I don't exist, so they're all characters that I played. I played the guy that was free from concern so that people who watched me would be free from concern.
Just like the movie, they try to drown you in the middle of that abyss. You go, no, be the other guy. You told us you were this guy. You know, no one can live with that forever.
They're like, I don't want to be me either, you know? And I go, well, look, great, because you never have been. I mean, it looks great when you got a cool car and you got nice clothes and you've done something that people admire. It's not where happiness comes from. Everybody walks around and they go like, why am I depressed? Well, it's because you're trying to be something for the world. And as soon as you let that go, better things happened.
And I wondered, who is it that's aware that I'm thinking? And suddenly I was thrown into this amazing feeling of freedom. I was no longer a fragment of the universe, I was the universe.
Depression only happens when you're playing a character. So when I tried to go back and play Jim Carrey, I got depressed. You're going to have to either
let that creation go and take a chance on being loved or hated, or you're gonna have to kill who you really are and fall into your grave grasping onto a character that you never were.
My father was not only the funniest man in the room, but he was a fantastic saxophone player. And before I was born, he had an orchestra in Toronto. But, you know, in order to be something special, you had to leave Canada and come down to the States and prove yourself in the States. He was a little bit afraid of that transition, and also he had a family to take care of, so he became an accountant. And as time wore on, it wore him down, and he got a little bit bitter, especially when he lost his job when he was 51. That really broke him. Not only was he compromising to raise a family, but when you compromise and you fail, it really hurts. It hurts even more than failing at what you love.
So many of us choose our path out of fear disguised as practicality. What we really want seems impossibly out of reach and ridiculous to expect, so we never dare to ask the universe for it. I'm the proof that you can ask the universe for it. I would visualize things coming to me that I wanted or whatever. At that time, all it really was for me was making me feel better. I would drive home and think, well, I do have these things, and they're out there. I just don't have a hold of them yet, but they're out there. But it's important, especially for me, I would never show up anywhere if I didn't understand that everyone was broken in some way. Because ultimately, we're not the avatars we create. We are the light that shines through.
Hey, listen, let's be real. You won't always be motivated, but you have to learn how to be disciplined enough to keep going.
You're always afraid to take the first step because all you see is every negative thing 10 miles down the road. But you can do anything you want. You are bound by nothing. What are you passionate about? What do you want?
I love thinking about the quote, every guy essentially has two lives, and the second one starts once you realize you only have one. I like that a lot because it's so fucking true, man. You know, you've only got one shot at this, so you may as well at least make it kind of cool.
And that's what the great ones do. They marshal and harness their resources, their mental focus, their physical energy, their personal willpower, their individual gifts, their time, and they focus them on just a few things. And I want you to think about it in your life. You stripped away all the noise, you focused on the signal, you stripped away all the complexity, you got monomaniacally concentrated on just a few things, of course you'd be brilliant at those few things.
Everybody wants to feel like a winner. Everybody wants to feel like a winner. So how do you get the winning feeling? Simple answer, you win. Okay, how do you win? Well, you cross the finish line first. Now, fortunately in life, what successful people do, and I learned this after many years, it's so important, is they set up finish lines for themselves that they can cross. And so if you complete a task of any value, it's like winning a little bit, and you feel like a winner. You start, you work, you complete the task.
Silence the voice of doubt within you. Let your actions speak louder than your fears. Your dreams are built on the thoughts you choose to believe.
90% of your self-doubt is the result of a lie, that you overestimate the degree to which other people are noticing or observing your actions or behaviors. It's called the spotlight effect. It says that we think everyone is looking at us and focusing on us, when in reality, everyone is just focusing on themselves. No one is looking at you. No one really cares about the things you're doing because they're just concerned with themselves. So it's a reminder, there's no one to impress. You don't have anyone to impress with your actions or decisions or the things that you're doing. The only person you need to worry about impressing is yourself. So remember that the next time you're paralyzed by inaction, the next time you're paralyzed by self-doubt, no one really cares about you. That should be liberating. That should encourage you to live according to your values, your principles, to just be you.
The bloodline breaker is you. It's any person, you're qualified to be one, and so am I, and I don't care what anyone else says, that decides they want to break the generational curses and the crap and the shit they've had going on in their family, genes, and bloodline. It's gonna take you getting pissed off. It's gonna take you getting stirred up. Grab the rearview mirror, point it in your direction. Is that who you're supposed to be? If it's not, you can make a decision today to be the bloodline breaker in your family, and I promise you, you can literally curve history just by waking up at this moment.
Life's not fair. There is plenty of uncontrollable luck that deeply impacts our lives. Where we are born, who we are born to, and the circumstances of our early childhood all have an outsized impact. Bad people win and good people lose, all the time. But within that dark context, there are bright spots. The opportunity playing field is leveling. The world may never be truly fair, but it will always belong to those who make the most of what they have before them. Be grateful for what you have and make the most of today.
I want to make sure everybody knows that they're enough. No matter what they go through, what they've been through, that they are enough. The number one cause for anything is people not knowing that they're enough. They feel like they're not enough. Just because you have some bad chapters doesn't mean your story can't end well. And every story has bad chapters. It's about you finding the strength to turn the page. And so hold on to that in your struggle, in your journey, in your pain, and then turn your pain from your worst enemy to your best friend. Do that. Use pain, don't let it use you.
Time and consistency is a powerful combination because the passing of time is already an absolute. And now it's up to you to do a little bit every day. Just understand that doing a little is not hard, but you gotta do it every day. That's the hard part. And whether you choose to do it or not, the time will pass anyway.
If you aren't willing to give it your all, if you're not willing to go 110% just to give up, you're doing nothing but wasting your time. Understand that the path to success is not going to be easy. You're going to suffer. You're going to face hardship. There are going to be days where you don't feel like moving forward. But if you're able to push through it, if you're willing to give it everything you've got to achieve your goals, you will achieve success. If you acknowledge that the path is going to be easy, but are willing to commit yourself to giving it your all, to giving it 110%, I guarantee that you will achieve your goals.
Don't quit. You've come so far already. Look back at the beginning. See how much ground you've covered. It wasn't easy, right? But you did it.
I'm all about perspective because I truly believe if you change your perspective, you can change your life. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. How you view what you do impacts and affects how you do what you do. Perspective is everything. You can either look at mistakes and mess ups as hindrances and roadblocks, or you can look at mistakes and mess ups as opportunities and ways to grow and learn, right? And when you shift your perspective, the way that you navigate those things, the way that you deal with them, the way that you go through them changes drastically.
Up more than you can chew and then chew like go. All of your growth will come from pushing beyond your current limit.
And life is tough sometimes, but you are making it. And that there is a reason that you are going through what you're going through. Wherever you are in your life is where you're supposed to be. And it's part of your journey. And I believe you know that this all ends really, really well. It can be tough right now. It all ends really, really well.
We say we want to get better. We say we want to learn about this or that. We say we want to make a change. We say we've decided to get serious.
But is this true? Stoics had an expression, acta non verba, deeds, not words. So it's ironic that most of us say we want to make these improvements, but we can't or won't do the bare minimum.
In life, you either change intentionally or you change by crisis happening in your life. Most of the time we change because of a girl broke up with us, somebody ripped us off, you got backstabbed, you lost everything. You change because shit hit the fan, right? The guys that change intentionally, you're almost like, but he's not the same. You don't see him for 6 months. And he's changed again. If you can change intentionally without crisis happening to you, you're ahead of everybody by 99% of people you're ahead of. It's not even a question.
Those who are willing to risk going too far can possibly find out how far one can go. You have to take the risk.
It always looks impossible when things change. It always feels impossible when that thing ends. It feels so impossible. But only when you keep telling the old story. Because in the old story, you can't see the vision. You can't feel it. In the old story, you'll do the old actions and you can't imagine a better future. But that's your job. Job one, each day bring the best of who you are and move in the next right direction of integrity for you. You don't have to know all the steps. Move in the next right direction. Always be moving in the right direction of integrity for yourself. And if you can do that faithfully over and over and over again, you keep growing. If you stop growing, you just got stuck in an old story, stuck in an old pattern, stuck in old thoughts and concerns and worries. And of course, mired in that, you can't see and you can't move.
And we're just focusing on getting to the finish line. We end up underappreciating and really disrespecting the process of where we're at right now. And sometimes where you're at right now, it might be a low, and that's why you're looking to the finish line so much. But that low is a weakness, and we should be patient in that weakness because there's an opportunity to learn and grow right there. You never grow from crossing the finish line because that's where we grow, develop, evolve, get better. But it's so easy that when you're in the hard, you just want the easy. So it's tough, but learning how to truly be patient in that weakness, I believe it's a hard thing to do, but it is transformative.
If you just focus on, okay, every single day I'm just trying to be the best I can in that day. It's not about being perfect. Like we always say, progression over perfection. Every single day I'm just trying to get up and be the best I can for that day. And I'm gonna keep on doing this over a long period of time. What do you think will happen? If you do that for a long period of time, I'm talking 6 months, a year, 2 years, 3 years, what do you think will happen? Where do you think you will be? Every single day, you just try to make the most out of that day. One step at a time, one moment at a time, 1% at a time. Think about where you'll be.
Whether it is a missed opportunity, a breakup, a stupid decision, an embarrassing mistake, or simply just an unfortunate event, there's something in your past that is continuing to weigh on you. And it is seriously affecting the way you're able to simply operate on a day-to-day basis. Why is that? And how do you fix it? But before we even get to that, you must understand one simple thing. Your past is your story. And the reality is, eventually this dark shadow that continues to haunt your mind will eventually become the very stepping stone that brings you closer to the version of yourself that you strive to be.
World will see you as you see. People think that the world sees you a certain way and that that's how you are, and then you have to change it. That's not how it works. When you see yourself a certain way, the world respects that and sees you that way as well. And that goes for your habits, your lifestyle, or anything that you're trying to work on. We create the image that the world accepts, and other people think that the world tells us what to be. And I think there is two classes of people, right? You have a class of people that understand, like, no, f you, I'm gonna become what I want to become. And that's the small percentage. And the rest of the percentage, the world tells them no 3 or 4 times. They're like, okay, I'm just gonna take my place over here, be little and be small, live small, and just be a regular person. And, then they're like, why is my life like this? Well, bro, because you're not seeing yourself as the way you should be. And if you can't see yourself that way, then you need to build yourself into someone that you can see that way.
Some days, it's not about having all the answers.
or making huge strides forward. Some days, the win is just showing up. You don't need to be at your best every single day to make progress. You just need to stay in the game. Progress is made in the moments that you keep going when your mind is telling you to stop. Don't overthink it. Just show up for yourself today, one step at a time.
Don't waste your life. Set your goals high. Quit thinking about what's wrong. Start thinking what's right. Love a little more, hate a little less. You have no idea what you're capable of doing. Make up your mind today, you're gonna figure it out.
It's not what you're capable of, it's what you're willing to do. It's not what you're capable of, it's what you're willing to do. I know plenty of people that are capable. I know fewer people that are willing.
Don't let any experience that you've ever had in your life act as a brake on your potential, because there's hundreds of thousands of people who've had it worse than you could ever dream of, who've gone on to accomplish wonderful things.
People want to find their passion, but you don't find it, you create it. And you create it by getting good at something. And to get good at stuff, you start by doing something you suck at. Then you get good, then you like it. Then people ask how you found your passion. Answer, by starting when you sucked and not giving up.
For every adversity that life gives you, it also gives you a seed of equal opportunity. But we have to nurture that seed.
I'm talking about the commitment that says, I am going to stay true to what I said I would do long after the mood that I've said it in has left. Because I think we all know in this room, character is not something that we inherit. Character is something we gotta wake up every single day, we gotta fight and we gotta build it. In the midst of opposition, adversity, and challenges, I don't care how tall your daddy was, you gotta do your own growth. In the midst of challenges, opposition, and pain,
develop a health plan. So you can't feel well and do well if you don't have good health. You can't perform if you don't have your health. Your health is valuable. Develop a health plan. A plan that you will follow, because this is the only vehicle that you have to carry you through this experience called life. And you want to take good care of it because you love you enough. You care enough about you. And that's not easy. It is not easy having a health plan and sticking to it. But you're worth it doing it again and again and again.
If for 10 years, if you didn't avoid doing what you knew you needed to do, what would you be like?
There is a difference between passion and obsession. When you're passionate, everybody cheers you on. They're stoked for you. Oh, you found your passion? Awesome. Follow your passion. Live with passion. When you're obsessed, they're like, why are you gonna be so crazy? Why do you always gotta get things so perfect? Why do you spend so much time here? When you're obsessed, people think you're nuts. If no one thinks you're crazy, you're not yet operating to the outer limits of your potential.
Practice and practice and practice. Practice makes what? Practice makes improvement. You can always better your best. You can always go beyond anything that you have ever done. You never hit a state of perfection. You're always bigger than what you do. And so all you're looking for are new breakthroughs through practice and practice and practice. You'll get better and better and better.
like waking up and being in the spirit of gratitude, right? And just being grateful before we even start our day. Just waking up with it on our mind. Man, I'm grateful that I get the opportunity to do this week, right? It's almost that pressing that perspective of, I don't have to do it, I get to do it. Right? And so my challenge for us all is, as we start our days, as we do our work, as we carry on with our lives, let's do the press of gratitude more. The press of being thankful more, right? Like when we start something, Even if it's opposition present, challenges present, uncertainty present, man, let's tap into that spirit of gratitude. Let's tap into that spirit of thankfulness.
Because you're not everything you could be, and you know it. What would happen if you just stopped wasting the opportunities that are in front of you?
If you let people's perception of you dictate your behavior, you will never grow as a person. But if you leave yourself open to experience, despite what others think, then you will learn and grow.
So whatever it is you're trying to be, whatever it is you're trying to do, work on becoming the type of person that would actually have that. Stop and ask yourself, what do these people do? What are their habits? What are the skills that they have? What are their routines they follow? And start to become that now. And then the rest of life will start to materialize around you.
Is going to feel a little bit unfamiliar, uncomfortable. And if you can relax into that, instead of going back to the past, continuously invest in your future, sooner or later, it'll become easier and easier and easier. And all of a sudden, when you least expect it, something amazing is going to happen in your life. And when that event begins to occur, you're going to pay attention to what you did inside of you now to produce the effect outside of you. And that's called human empowerment. And there isn't a person in the world that's excluded from this equation.
Visualization is one of the challenges. And part of that is not just visualizing success or living in the reality of achieving what you're setting out to achieve, but also visualizing how you're going to navigate all the obstacles that are going to get thrown in your path.
No matter how much emotion and feeling you may have or how much hurt you may have, life has to go on.
Because the people who go all in, the motherfuckers who burn the ships and leave themselves no other option but success, those people are dedicating all their skills, all their resources, all their energy into producing a specific outcome. And if you're competing against someone who's going all in with every resource they have, and you're only going half in because you're half in and you're half fucking out, guess what? You're gonna lose. So you guys out there with your plan B mentality, you need to take that shit, crumple it up, and set it on fucking fire, because all it's gonna get you is more of what you already have.
When the situation or the moment does not go our way, because we all know what to do when it goes right. But when God says no, who will you be? But most importantly, who's watching you and who can be blessed by the opposition, the adversity, and the challenge that you're facing?
Now listen to me. When you were younger, you had dreams, but you got married and had a couple kids, and now you're like, well, that dream is dead. Not necessarily. Not necessarily. You're not done yet. And you just may need to be a little bit flexible and a little patient. Not now does not mean not ever. And not this way does not mean not at all. Don't give up on your dream.
And I made a promise to myself from that day that I was going to work that hard every single day so that when I do retire, I have no regrets. And that was the most important thing for me, is to leave no stone unturned, get better every single day. And if I lived that way, then over time, I'd have something that was beautiful. That was my philosophy. It seems like a pretty simple one, but if you live your life to just get better every single day, you do that for 20 years, what do you have?
Easy choices, hard life. Hard choices, easy life. The hard choices, what we most fear doing, asking, saying, these are very often exactly what we most need to do.
It's okay to be unbalanced for a while.
It's okay. Don't be all this stuff people say. You gotta be balanced. To be the best in the world at what you do, you have to be unbalanced to find every bit of energy and strength that you have to pull it off. Then you get balanced once you become great. And it takes being obsessed to where people think you're crazy.
Y'all gotta start loving your life. Be comfortable in who you are. If you come from a family right now that's broke, use that to your advantage. I use that to my advantage that I was a high school dropout, that I was homeless. I love dealing with a dude who think because he come from money, he better than me. Let's go. Let's go. You got money, but you got that dog.
When you can be happy in the midst of hardship, and you see the true potential of the mind. When you can't control what's happening, control how you respond to it. That's where your power is. Control what you can control.
It's Thoreau's quote, that most men live lives of quiet desperation. It's one of my favorite quotes ever because it's true. And I've been that guy. You're just in this world where you just can't wait to just run away. That's the only way you ever get where you want to go. You have to take a path that's dangerous, and most people want to take the safe path. The safe path leaves you stuck in quiet desperation.
You start to become civilized. The refrigerator gets full. You start making money, and you start, I'm not getting cold anymore. I'm retired because I'm not allowing myself to become civilized. The worst thing that can happen to a man is become civilized. You lose that fucking fight. You lose that. Why the fuck am I doing it? I'm good. You ain't good, man. You ain't never fucking a ride. And that's just my mentality. You may have more, but you're never getting a ride. You want to be uncommon amongst uncommon people.
I can control my attitude, I can control my words, I can control my perspective, I can control the lens of which I see it. Because if I can control what I can control in the moment, what's happening externally is not gonna affect and impact my true potential and my true advancement as a person.
These people that you're comparing yourself to, you don't really know. You see their shiny outside, but you don't see the reality of their life. People have hard lives, and the ideal that you're observing that makes you jealous and resentful is in large part an illusion that's created by your own mind.
I'm talking about real commitment, not that cheap stuff, right? Not that counterfeit stuff, not that if I get what I want stuff, not that little boy stuff. I'm talking concrete commitment. The commitment that says, can I stay true to what I said I would do long after the mood that I've said it has left? It's easy to say what you're gonna do when you're sitting in these flesh seats, this AC, and you got the words on the wall.
Come to the realization very clearly that you've stuck and you got yourself stuck. So whatever you're doing, you have to do it like your life depends on it. Whatever time you have to attack like you're trying to save the world. You're trying to save your life. You don't want to drown. You got to go. You got to get after it. And you got to have discipline. Most people don't have those things. Most people don't understand what it's like to really go for something. And to know that the consequences of not doing that are horrific.
Life isn't fair. That's the reality. And a good person in the wrong place, in the wrong time, can end up just a victim of fate. But when those bad things happen to people around you, what are you going to do? How are you going to lead? Are you gonna fall over and fall down and fall apart? Or are you going to lead?
The only way anything gets accomplished, you gotta work hard. I can't remember what the f***'s in this paragraph to pass this test to get in the military. Read again. Still not getting it. Read again. was not getting it, write it out. And guess what happened? I got it. I can't swim. I'm negative buoyant. Go back again. I can't swim. Go back again. Go back again. Go back again. I got it. I realized if I keep going back and going back and going back, your mind will say, okay, we're gonna figure it out, because he is not going to stop.
If you search for something hard enough, you will convince yourself that you have found what you're searching for.
Do you know what happens the minute you were born? You start to fucking die. And as you grow up, time and gravity and the elements put a stress on your system. And every day that you get up, there are forces working to wear you out. This is just called life. We have to constantly battle against the breakdown of our own strength, our own energy, and our own mental capacity. And you know what I'm trying to say by telling you this? I'm trying to tell you that being tired is part of the fucking game. Okay? So it's not a valid excuse. It's normal. It's a constant. It's part of being human. And if you want to be a high achiever, guess what? You're going to have to acclimate yourself to being fucking tired way more than you're not tired.
Just imagine yourself from a year from now. Right? The future you from a year from now. And you just made these simple choice shifts, as I call them. You start choosing your peace. You start choosing your joy. You start choosing you. You start choosing your worth. Above everything, everything else will fall into place.
Because the greatest feeling in the world, God, the greatest feeling in the world is execution. The greatest feeling in the world is doing what you said you were going to do. There's no greater feeling in the world. Successful people understand this, guys. Successful people do not use tired as an excuse. In fact, they understand that if they push through the tired, everybody else stops when they're tired. And so by pushing through the tired, you actually create a gap between you and everybody else that you're competing with. And here's another thing that happens when you're tired. Because no one else ever pushes through when they're tired, and because you're someone that always pushes through when you're tired, you learn this unique skill set that allows you to operate at a high level when you're tired.
We all get exactly the same amount of time. Exactly. Now here's something interesting. The sand in the bottom of the glass represents the past. The sand in the top of the glass represents the future. This is the way it actually is. You have no idea what's in the top of the glass. You only know what's in the bottom of the glass. Isn't that interesting? And you see, the only thing we've got anything to do with is what's right here in the center right now.
At some point, you have to decide this is it. You're ready. You don't need to make any more changes before you show up, because it doesn't need to be perfect in order for it to be really good. At some point, you have to let go of thinking that everything has to be just right. Being ready is a decision, not a circumstance. You got the green light. Now make it count.
Should always take action a little bit before you are ready is the advice I give. So if you're not ready and it's really a huge task, okay, maybe wait a little bit, take steps to get closer to being ready, but several months before you're ready, go ahead and do it. Try it, because you're gonna rise to the occasion. If you feel like you're almost ready and then you start, you go, but I better work harder because I know that I can do this. Whereas if you think I can never do it, you'll just give up. You don't wanna give up.
I want it first. Then you got to work it. Then you have the opportunity to win it. But it all starts with your want. You got to want this. I can't want this for you. You got to want this like no other. Then the work has to happen. And see, the work and the want got to add up together to work each other. Then that puts you in a position to win. Ain't nobody giving you no W. You got to go take that thing, man.
That's why I tell people, don't go to the next level, grow to the next level. Don't go through hard things, grow through hard things. If you grow through hard things, it prepares you character-wise to deal with a harder thing.
There will come opportunities in life, when they're presented to you, in front of you. It's just a matter of whether you're not prepared to take advantage of the opportunity. But you got to develop that resilience within you. Life is not about how much you succeed. It's about what happens when you fail.
Live your life the way that you want to leave your life. If you had 90 days to live, how many of you will make some radical changes in your life? The majority of them will say, I will quit my job. Because that's not them. They're not doing something that's them. You spend 40 to 60 hours a week doing something that's not you. But if you're doing something that's you, that's your passion. When you realize that we have a choice to accept life as it is, or be an active force for good, to decide, I don't want to just survive. This is not me. What it takes to survive and what it takes to live, those are two totally different things.
The way I look at it is, you were born with a DNA that will never be replicated in the past or in the future. It's a unique marker of you, right? So genetically, there is something different about you. Weird, odd, great, whatever you want to put it, okay? And it's like something that's planted at your birth. It's what makes you different from everybody else. It's even what makes you different from your parents. Like a seed at your birth. If you cultivate that seed, if you cultivate your uniqueness, it gives you a purpose in life. It's why you are unique. It's what makes you you. It's your energy, it's your character, it's your awareness, it's your sense of humor. It's what draws you to certain things, what you hate about certain things. It's you. If you listen to that, it's like a voice inside of your head. If you listen to that voice clearly, it directs you, it gives you a purpose.
If we want to enjoy more of life, we've got to give everything we've got right now. Let's not plan, in the future I'll do it. Or let's not be sad about what didn't happen in the past. And I've come to the conclusion that you and I are capable of doing whatever we can see. We can hold it in our head, we can hold it in our hand. We've got to step out and do different. We've got to quit playing like this is a game. We've got to treat life like what it is. It's sacred. Yet we're capable of doing anything we want. But we've got to do it. It ain't gonna happen for us. Focus on right now, because that is all you've got. There isn't any past, there isn't any future. Now's it. Don't waste your time. Do you know that everybody alive gets exactly the same amount of time we get all there is? It's what we do with it that makes a difference. Don't waste your life. Set your goals high. Quit thinking about what's wrong. Start thinking what's right. Love a little more, hate a little less. You have no idea what you're capable of doing. Make up your mind today, you're gonna figure it out.
Always choose the harder path, the one that forces you to improve and demands that you respect yourself enough to give nothing but your best. You might doubt yourself and wonder if it's even worth it. Sure, you could choose an easier way, but doing easy things creates a hard life. Difficulty is good. Use it to your advantage.
It's because there's a possibility that you can, and that's enough. Like, I think I can do this, and so why would I not? If I know I can be something, then that's what's moving me. Just the sheer point that I might be able to do it. And there's the fear of failure, of not getting there. Like, you're playing against yourself that doesn't get there. That's who you're playing against. You're playing for the guy who didn't try.
Visualize it, but also feel it. Like, feel yourself there. Close your eyes, smile to yourself, and feel yourself there. And believe me when I say you can manifest that.
Where you are now is just a reflection of your past thoughts, your past thinking. So if you want to change your future, you got to change your thoughts now and then put them into action.
One of my most powerful motivational frames is thinking about the person that I want to become as the destination.
Life is shorter than you think. Okay, you're 25 and you're thinking, wow, I've got 10 years to figure it all out. I've got all these vistas of time. I'm young, I'm healthy, etc. You don't have nearly as much time as you think you do. It goes very fast. So you need a sense of urgency and energy.
If you have lost friends during the process of the climb, I don't think it is something that you should lament or be upset about. I think that it is a sign of growth, because a lot of people say, hey, you've changed. And the only natural response that I can have to that is, you haven't.
Champion's mindset, I think a lot of people hear the word champion, they think of a famous sports star, but we think of it differently. We think of it as, well, when you get on the field, put everything you have into it. Put every ounce of energy you have on the field. Leave nothing on the field. And two, when you get knocked down, when you see hard times and you get knocked down, get back up. And if you keep putting everything you got into it and you keep getting back up when you get knocked down, it's almost impossible to fail.
Anything in life that you put your mind to, you can do. The world is your oyster. That's all I tell people. While you're on earth, you got to take advantage of this.
Effortless is a myth. I mean it. I say that as someone who has heard that word a lot. I didn't get where I got on pure talent alone. I got there by trying to outwork my opponents. I believed in myself, but belief in yourself has to be earned. Most of the time, it's not about having a gift. It's about having grit. The truth is, whatever game you play in life, sometimes you're going to lose. A point, a match, a season, a job. It's a roller coaster with many ups and downs. And it's natural when you're down to doubt yourself. But negative energy is wasted energy. You want to become a master at overcoming hard moments. I'm here to tell you from the other side that leaving a familiar world behind and finding new ones is incredibly, deeply, wonderfully exciting.
Very few people are going to tell you this, but growth hurts. Becoming the best version of yourself comes with a lot of goodbyes. Sadly, the only way for some people to learn to appreciate you is to lose you. You have to stop surrounding yourself with toxic people because you're lonely. It's really fucking uncomfortable, but you need to do it if you want to grow. The pain that you feel today, though, is going to be the power that you're going to feel tomorrow.
Whether you do, whether you don't, they're still gonna talk about you. At gatherings, they whisper about you if you're making moves
or you're standing still. So honestly, I've come to realize in life, just do you, just do what you want to do. Let them talk.
Your thoughts create your life, and so you have to think positive thoughts all the time. You have to force yourself to think positive thoughts at times. You need to understand and believe that you can do anything you want, that we are truly limitless. There really are no limits. The only limits are the ones that you put on yourself, the ones that you create in your mind.
If you want to be great, you need to break the rules. Forget about being normal. The ones who don't get it will call you extreme and crazy. Put yourself out there, take risks, let them doubt you and say that it will never work. What do they know anyway? You don't need to fit in with the crowd. Just do your thing. It's time to show them what you knew all along.
Your outcome in life is a result of your work, and the quality of your work reflects your belief system. Do you believe? Do you believe that you're the one? Do you believe that you're chosen for this purpose, for this vision? That will dictate your outcome. That will dictate how hard you work.
What is your mission and cause? And how deeply emotionally are you connected to it right now?
There's a level of influence that goes beyond any technique or tactic somebody could teach you. It also gives you the energy to fight through adversity and struggle. It overcomes adversity. It overcomes pain and fear and worry and angst and letdown. So I ask you again, what's your purpose? What's your reason? What's your why? What's your cause? What's your mission? I challenge you right now to just to write that down in 2, 3, 4 sentences, just to reconnect to it. Keep it close to you all week. Before you go to bed at night, reconnect to that purpose. I think the deeper we can embed our purpose in our heart and our spirit, the more that we can transfer that energy to people.
At some point, you have to grow up and be an adult. If your life is going to change, you have to be the one to change it. You can't blame anybody else anymore. Your life is where it is because you created it to be the way that it is. It's no one else's fault but your own. If you want to keep playing the victim, you can go for it, but it's going to cost you the life that you want.
Life is not easy. It is not. Don't try to make it that way. Life's not fair. It never was. It isn't now, and it won't ever be. Do not fall into the trap, the entitlement trap, of feeling like you're a victim. You are not. Get over it and get on with it.
I dare you to stop f***ing around and dedicate the next 6 months of your life exclusively to your goals. Don't announce it to anyone, don't tell anyone, don't post it on social media. Just disappear and do the work and then reemerge in 6 months a completely different person.
Once you change one thing, your mindset, you can attack everything. Your brain is the only thing you have when you're going through depression, when you're going through hard times, when you're going through death. Real life, there's 24 hours in a day where you're alone in this brain, and your brain is talking to you in all kinds of ways, and it wants to control you and pull you in these different pockets. If you can't control your own brain, and your brain controls you, you got to tell your brain where you want to go and how you want to go and how you want to get there.
People look to high achievers to try and find something that they have that the normal person doesn't, but they've got it the wrong way round. The people who are the high achievers are lacking something everyone else does have, which is an off button.
Your vision, you see it, they can't. Everybody is obsessed with something. It's okay for you to be obsessed with success, obsessed with changing your lifestyle, obsessed with changing your environment, obsessed with changing who you hang out with, obsessed with changing your habits. Everybody's obsessed with something.
The biggest life lesson that I've learned is the power of the mind and just how important it is to look at yourself at a high regard and to believe in yourself. I think in order to paint a bright future for yourself, you have to be able to see it in your mind. You have to believe in it. And the more you believe in it, the more your world will start to change, and the more you'll just start to, see your beliefs come to pass.
Once the fire is going, the fire is going. So stop investing your thoughts. Stop rethinking about why it would not work. You need to get out of that self-questioning. You need to learn to sometimes really have confidence in the power of your thoughts. Don't stop the fire before it even started really growing.
Fish don't just jump in the boat. If you want to go catch them, go catch them. Throw that line in the water and go do some work. And if it doesn't work that day, do it again the next day. So you want to be the one that's, I'm going to do it anyway. I know I don't feel good today, but I'm going to go out there and I'm going to prove to myself that even on days that it doesn't feel right, I push myself. The only way to gain confidence in yourself is to build something. It's not to wait for it to happen. You better go out there and do it yourself. Don't wait around and wait for someone to hand deliver something. Go make it happen.
The laziness is something that has to do with you. You're not connected to something deep enough. You don't feel the necessity. You don't feel the devil at your heels. You don't feel the fact that you could very well die tomorrow. that will impel you to get something done. There's no necessity behind it. And the human animal that we were created is when we feel pressure, we feel the necessity to get things done. We can move mountains. So you have to create necessity in your life. You have to create the need to get things done. You have to give yourself deadlines. You have to remind yourself that tomorrow you could be fired, you could die, you could have an illness. Give yourselves a sense of urgency that I need to get things done quickly.
You are not your past. You're you. You're you right now. Like the past you did, you might have done some things you wish you hadn't done. Don't dwell on that. You learn from it, that's fine, but don't dwell on it. Just keep moving. Keep moving. You know, use it as fuel. Say never again.
No, you have to hit rock bottom. That's the way up. Yeah, rock bottom is beautiful. The struggle of coming back is beautiful. That struggle. It's hard. It doesn't feel like it's beautiful while you're going through it, but it's just being tested. And without a test, there's no testimony. Life tests you. Sometimes life annihilates you. But it's only up to you if you want to take some more. It's going to dish it out. But eventually, if you don't quit, it'll be merciful to you.
Never back down when your back's against the wall. It matters how many times you get back up, not how many times you fall. It's about your mentality. What's the point of dreaming a dream if you're not working to turn that dream into reality? So speak life into your life. Say, I am purpose, I am healed, I am free, I am me, I am my next level, I am greatness. Speak life into your life. Be your own motivation. You see, a legend is just an ordinary person with extraordinary determination. So find a way and make one, because at the end, you just regret the chances you didn't take. So find the courage to take one. Your only limit is you. You're going to start to create something. You have no motivation, you have no drive, you have no ambition, but you're gonna force it to happen anyway, because that's what bad motherfuckers do, and that's what you are. So you're going to go through day by day by day, doing the work regardless of how you feel like it. And then what's gonna happen is you're gonna see a little bit of a result. And when you see that little bit of result, you're gonna get happy, because now you can clearly see that if I do the work, this result will happen. And a lot of people are confused as to how high drive, high success people can wake up every day and go at it, is because they know that even if they feel bad, even if they don't feel like doing it, if they push through just a little bit, just a few more days, they're gonna see something that is gonna start to make them feel good. And it's gonna make them feel like doing this is absolutely worth it, and not only worth it, but exciting. So if you're in this phase where it doesn't feel like it's worth it, where it doesn't feel like it's very fun, just remember, if you keep going and you do not let your feelings dictate what your actions will be, the results will always be there.
It's always the quiet work that you put in with your own two hands when no one else is watching. That's the 1 degree of separation from you and everyone else when it comes to productivity. It's the quiet work you put in when no one else is watching.
Get serious. That's number one. I don't know any substitute for that. What do you want to do economically? Where do you want to go? What do you want to be? What would you like to have? What would you like to share? How much would you like to earn? How far would you like to go? Those are some major questions to ask.
Today, I want to talk about the most powerful tool you have in your arsenal. The power to never give up. Life, as we know it, is a series of peaks and valleys, highs and lows, victories and setbacks. It's a journey that tests our limits, challenges our resolve, and demands resilience. Imagine you are on a path towards your greatest dream. You can see it in the distance, but the journey is fraught with obstacles. There are moments when the path seems impossible to traverse, where the challenges feel insurmountable, and the temptation to quit looms large. It's in these moments, my friends, where your true character is forged. Every setback, every failure, every hurdle is not a roadblock, but a stepping stone. It's an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to become stronger.
The thing is that
people, maybe it's you, are waiting for this perfect moment, but it doesn't come. It happens the moment you decide that you're fed up with waiting and decide to take action. And it only becomes the perfect moment when you look back on it.
When you want more for yourself, when you want more out of life, when you want more success, when you want more wins, everyone thinks they gotta add more. To get more, you need to add more. Well, let me tell you something. The more you want to achieve, it's not always about the addition. It's more about the subtraction. It's more about the delete.
Every single person that's ever been successful, every single person that's ever made something of themselves has at one point or another made a mistake. They've done something wrong. They've fallen off the path. And I'm sure you have too. But what makes those people exceptional, what separates those people from everyone else, is when they make a mistake, when they make an error, when they do something wrong, they recognize that they did it, they admit that they did it, and they get back on the right path.
When you feel like giving up, remember why you started. Recall the passion that ignited your journey, the dreams that fuel your ambition. Success is not reserved for the chosen few. It's for those who are relentless, who persevere despite the odds, who refuse to accept defeat. Look at the great achievers in history, from athletes who have overcome injuries to win championships, to scientists who have defied conventional wisdom to make groundbreaking discoveries. Their common thread is not extraordinary talent, but extraordinary perseverance. You are capable of achieving greatness. The road may be long and the challenges may be many, but your determination can conquer them all. Embrace the difficulties, for they are the fires that temper the steel of your spirit. Let every failure be a lesson, every setback a setup for a comeback, and every doubt a fuel for your drive. Believe in yourself, even when it seems no one else does. Trust that you have within you the strength, the courage, and the resilience to achieve your dreams. Remember that quitting is never an option. It's just a detour that leads you away from your destiny. So, stand tall in the face of adversity. Keep pushing, keep fighting, and never, ever give up. Your perseverance will pave the way to your success. Your journey may be tough, but the reward will be worth it. You are unstoppable. You are resilient. You are destined for greatness.
You can change your life just by making the decision to do so. Make the choice to surround yourself with people who take action and set high standards. Choose to be better. The first step to changing your life starts with a single choice. Let that decision ignite a series of actions, each one a catalyst for massive transformation. In the simplicity of a single choice lies the potential to change your life. Make the right decision. Your future self is counting on you.
Happiness is not a byproduct of ease. Happiness is a byproduct of struggle, intensity, consistency, discipline, doing hard things on a regular basis. I've said this before, every single thing you want in life is on the other side of something that sucks, of hundreds of things that suck. So the willingness to endure that struggle every single day and understand that it's an act of service for your future self and for the future that you're trying to build, that is how you build durable, lasting, sustainable happiness.
In time, you will realize that everything unfolded exactly as it needed to. The timing of events, the doors that closed, and the ones that never opened were all part of a greater plan.
The tragedy, the moments of despair, the times in your life when it seemed like everything was against you. These are not happenings of mere coincidence. This is much more personal than that. You were under attack by an evil force that was sent to defeat you, to dishearten you, to strip you of your faith. What does that mean to you? That this force has inflicted harm upon you, like a middle school bully pushing their target to the ground. What will you do? Will you get back up? Will you push back? Or will you lie there on the floor to be mocked and pitied? But do not forget that you possess an energy far greater than any, as it is the origin of all that exists, including evil.
In the shadows of our grief, hearts heavy with loss and minds burdened by the weight of the world, we confront the stark reality of our existence. Pain, sorrow, and despair are unavoidable companions on this journey called life. These emotions, though often unwelcome, are intrinsic to our human experience. They remind us of the depth of our love, the significance of our connections, and the fragility of our existence. But even in our darkest hours, there is a flicker of light, a reminder that we are not alone. Each tear shed, each sigh of anguish, is a testament to our shared humanity. We are bound together by our struggles, and it is in our collective suffering that we find the strength to endure. This shared journey, while fraught with challenges, also offers us the opportunity to grow, to learn, and to find deeper meaning in our lives. Life is fragile, and its beauty is often fleeting. We are reminded of this when we lose those we love, when our dreams are shattered, and when we face the harshest trials. It is easy to feel overwhelmed, to succumb to the crushing weight of hopelessness. Yet it is precisely in these moments that we must remember the resilience of the human spirit. Our capacity to adapt, to persevere, and to find hope even in the bleakest of times is what defines us as human beings. We may stumble and we may fall, but we rise again. We carry the memories of those we have lost within us, and their spirit fuels our determination to press on. Their dreams become our dreams, their hopes our hopes. We honor them by living fully, even as we carry the ache of their absence. It is through this living, through our actions and our choices, that we keep their legacy alive. We must remember that every step forward, no matter how small, is a testament to their enduring influence in our lives. The road ahead may be long and arduous, and there will be times when we feel we cannot go on. But let us find solace in the quiet strength that resides within us. Let us draw courage from the love and support of those around us. In our grief, we discover the depths of our compassion, the breadth of our empathy, and the power of our unity. Together, we can face any challenge, overcome any obstacle, and find a way to move forward. As we navigate this difficult path, let us hold on to the belief that despite the sorrow, there is still beauty to be found. In the laughter of a child, the warmth of a friend's embrace, and the gentle touch of a sunrise, we find glimpses of the hope that sustains us. These moments, though fleeting, remind us that life is still worth living, that there is still joy to be experienced, and that we are capable of finding happiness even in the midst of our pain. Life is a mosaic of joy and sorrow, each piece integral to the whole. Though we may be consumed by sadness, let us not lose sight of the moments that bring us light. Let us remember that even in the darkest night, the stars still shine. These stars, symbols of hope and guidance, remind us that there is always a way forward, always a path to follow, even when it seems hidden by the shadows of our grief. So let us move forward with a quiet determination, honoring our pain while embracing the possibility of healing. Let us live not just for ourselves, but for those who can no longer do so. In our shared journey, we will find strength, we will find purpose, and we will find a way to carry on. Each day is an opportunity to honor their memory, to live in a way that reflects their values and their dreams, and to make a positive impact on the world around us. In our pursuit of healing, let us also be kind to ourselves. Grief is not a linear process. It ebbs and flows, and it takes time. Allow yourself to feel, to mourn, and to heal at your own pace. Surround yourself with those who understand, who support you, and who can offer you comfort. Remember that it is okay to seek help, to lean on others, and to find solace in community. As we continue this journey together, let us remember that we are not defined by our losses, but by how we choose to respond to them. We have the power to transform our pain into something meaningful, to use our experiences to help others, and to create a legacy of resilience and hope. In this way, we honor the past, embrace the present, and look forward to a future filled with possibility.
Don't walk through the world looking for evidence that you don't belong, because you will always find it. Don't walk through the world looking for evidence that you're not enough, because you'll always find it. Our worth and our belonging are not negotiated with other people. We carry those inside of our hearts.
Growth demands a temporary surrender of security. It may mean a giving up of familiar but limiting patterns, safe but unrewarding work, beliefs no longer believed in, relationships that have lost their meaning, and files that cannot take me to the next level of living. Growth means change.
When there's something in your heart that keeps coming up for you, something that you really want to see happen, whether, again, it's personal or it may be connected to others, that's there because it's your internal guidance system nudging you towards the change that you're here to make. And when any of us hold back from that and play small, first of all, we're miserable. Second of all, we're wasting the gifts that we're on this planet to give.
Life is too short to let your happiness depend on how someone else treats you. Don't put your happiness in their hands. You can't control what they do, but you can control what you do. Keep your walls up. You have a destiny to fulfill. There's an assignment for you to accomplish. You can't be your best if you're upset, offended, trying to pay people back. Let it go.
Get up. Move towards that challenge, whatever that challenge is. Move towards that challenge and go attack it. And you may be successful and you may not be successful, but you will be better. And the next challenge, you're gonna be more prepared for. And the next challenge after that, you're gonna be even more prepared for. And you're gonna fail, and you're gonna fail, and you're gonna fail, and you're gonna fail, and then you're gonna win. And that's life. Life without those challenges, it's just existence. Don't just exist.
If we give you misery and pain and discomfort and torture, that this will help you for the rest of your life. It's almost kind of like an investment, because from then on, you say to yourself, okay, now things don't bother me. You're making a big mistake to always look for comfort, because comfort is the evil of everything. Comfort is not good. Looking for the easy way out is not good. Is if you got to go and confront kind of resistance, and it's like Nietzsche said, and that what does not kill you will make you stronger.
The higher you go, the higher the price. The higher you go, the harder the price. When people don't reach their potential, it's not because they lacked opportunity. It's not because they lacked time. It's not that they lacked ability. They don't reach their potential because they were unwilling to pay another price.
It doesn't matter what challenges it is that you are facing there. It is the fundamental principle behind it that you do not run away, that you are open for everything that is being thrown at you. It is this type of mindset to also understand, I didn't ask for an easy life.
If nothing changes, nothing changes. And yet somehow we expect things to change. You think you're gonna get better shape. You think you're gonna get more money. You think your relationship is gonna improve. You think you're gonna get promoted. You think you're gonna get a raise. Nothing is going to change unless you change what you're doing.
You're playing the game. You're playing to win. There's no limit. You don't stop. You don't ever stop. I'm on a journey. I'm nowhere near come to the end of it. People with small visions think we've made it. You got to look at that little light coming down the tunnel and convince yourself it's not a train coming towards you. So you never, ever stop. Because if the day you stop, you're weak. And the day you're weak, you won't be a success.
Don't half-ass it. Don't half-ass it. Well, that never goes out of style, does it? I mean, think about it. If you're gonna do something, if you've chosen to do something, whatever it is, easy, hard, if you give it your all and you don't half-ass it, win, lose, draw, get what you want, don't get what you want, whatever the outcome is, if you don't half-ass it, at least you're not gonna have to wonder, oh, would the outcome have been different? What if I did give it my all? And boy, wondering that is what keeps us up at night.
Don't do beautiful work for the applause. The applause will come as a byproduct. Do your most beautiful work. Work hard on it, calibrate it, make it magic. See your work as part of a magic shot for what it introduces you to within yourself.
Stop trying to make everything happen right now. It doesn't work that way. Instead of seeing daily progress for what it is, you're trying to make it happen overnight. Most of your problems aren't even problems. You're just playing short-term games in a long-term world. For you to get something you want, you have to earn it. You have to be tested and come out the other side stronger. Be patient with yourself. Your time is coming soon.
If life was nothing but green lights and we didn't have yellows and reds, things that make us pause, hardships, crises, times for introspection, then what the hell would it all be for? We need the yellows and the reds. That's how we evolve. That's how hopefully there's some ascension to our being. That's how we give some credit to time and growing older. If we were the same person today that we were 20 years ago, then what the hell are we doing?
The more you're able to let go, the farther you're going to proceed. It is essential. The more your willingness and your ability to let go, the more changes are going to come. It's just like this. For new things to come, old things must go.
Your character is so important. And character isn't defined by times of happiness and joy and when everything's going your way. It's about, when things aren't going your way, when maybe you don't get the opportunity, when maybe you put all the work in the world into something and it doesn't go your way. Who are you in that moment?
you're feeling the most trapped and down and nothing can go right, I feel like those are the moments that define you, that are like, what am I gonna do now? How do you respond to that? Thinking your way, feeling your way, working your way through those things on the other side, you're the closest to getting what you want is always the hardest. People give up right before they get what they always wanted to get. People quit and they give up. And I will not be the person who quit before I got what I wanted.
But I'm starting to realize, bro, when you dance to your own rhythm, when you play by your own rules, and you living through your vision, that's a perfect indication you're doing it correctly. Because they literally don't see what you see. They don't see it. They don't see what you see. They don't see as far as you see. And they don't understand why you see what you see.
Reality is that most people don't change. Most people live the same 6 months 100 times in a row and then they die. They go to the same places, they make the same jokes, they have the same small talk, they work at the same job, and then they die because they were never willing to be uncomfortable, because they were never willing to change. And a lot of people get real uncomfortable when I talk about this stuff. But most people are average, and most people stay stuck in the same patterns. They live the same 6 months for 40 straight years and never change. And so if you want to be exceptional, then you will often have to be the exception.
This is a friendly reminder that the clarity that you're looking for is on the other side of the action that you're afraid to take. So you're stuck in this place of indecision, paralysis by analysis, trying to find 100% certainty that the next move you're going to make is the right move, otherwise you'll be miserable. But the funny thing is, you're already miserable because you're stuck in this place of fear and self-doubt. And the clarity that you're looking for isn't going to come until you take the next step.
Yourself. You push yourself to that point where you feel that thought is coming back. It's time to rest. And when the mind says it's time to rest, that's the point to keep going. That is that threshold which is going to make the difference afterwards. So discovering your limits on the one side is the first thing. Because discovering your limits means you have a vision about what you can do, and at the same time the limit is showing you what you cannot do at the moment. It is also to condition myself to a certain vibe. That vibe is, I don't know what this life is gonna bring, but there is no alternative. Then when the challenge comes, when life is getting hard, there is no alternative for me than to just keep going.
When we no longer know which way to go, we have come to our real journey. What if the experience of feeling lost or confused was inviting you into a deeper inquiry with your soul? What might it be asking you to look at, to feel, to change, or to release? And what is one step you can take to honor this invitation?
You can't be great at anything without effort. What appears to be raw talent is usually the result of a skill that's been refined over time. Nobody is born a master of their craft. Don't be discouraged by the abilities of other people. They all started off as beginners who doubted themselves too. But the difference is, they never gave up. So speak it into existence. Surround yourself with people who are on a similar path. Keep pursuing the things that interest you, even if you're not the best at it yet. Because with consistency and effort, it's only a matter of time.
You have to work every single day. I think that's where your confidence comes from. Because when nobody's looking, because that's what you're gonna be able to fall back on. And that's what you're gonna be able to rely on push comes to shove.
What is your attitude like? How do you respond to those things? Because that says so much more about who you are than what you say or when things are going well. It's so easy to put on a smile and be faithful when things are going your way, but when you get tested, you hit an obstacle in life, you hit a setback, who are you in those moments? Because that's true character.
Whenever you feel negative or unhappy about anything, you say, wait a minute, I'm responsible. I'm responsible for my life. I'm responsible for what happens. I can't change the past, so I'm not going to spend a second worrying about the past. I'm going to become so busy working on my future and my goals that I don't have time to think about the past.
Before you can do something, you must first be something.
Before you can do what you would most like to do, you must first become the person who can do it. The secret is to get and hold fast in your mind the mental image of the person you would most like to be. Then in every situation you act and talk as you feel that person would. You make the kind of decisions you think that person would. This is the way to constantly grow into a better, more effective person. Now, your life will not be transformed overnight. There'll be no sudden miracles, perhaps, but steadily, day by day, you'll grow into the image you hold in your mind. If you doubt this, try it for 30 days and watch what happens. You've got nothing to lose. The time is going to pass anyway. Why not put it to work, becoming the person you most want to become? It's the trick of the experts in every field.
If you have an idea that you genuinely think is good, if there is something that you feel is good, something you want to do, something that means something to you, try to do it. Because I think you can only do your best work if you're doing what you want to do, and if you're doing it the way you think it should be done, and if you can take pride in it after you've done it, no matter what it is.
The problem is you, and you don't want to fix it.
This is a hard journey. What you're doing is hard. Most people aren't doing it. In fact, 99% of people are not on the same path as you. And that means that 99% are not going to get it. They are not going to understand. They are not going to approve. They're going to be uncomfortable. They're going to try to convince you to be like them. And you know what you have to do? You have to ignore it all. And you have to keep moving. And you have to remember that those people are those people for a fucking reason, and you're you for a reason.
No one is born as a superhero, and nobody is naturally born as being a strong and confident personality. These are things that from time to time, from situation to situation, start to emerge from inside of you. God, it's growing inside of you based on how you are behaving towards yourself. Step by step, build something up about yourself, about your life, about your character and personality that will give you some strong fundament in order to tackle everything that this world is going to throw at you.
Anyone who has high value will be misunderstood. Anybody who has an amazing vision will be misunderstood. Dreamers, go-getters, people who are refusing to accept life just as it is, you will be misunderstood. I accept the challenge of being misunderstood. I accept the challenge of you guys not understanding what I see. I accept the challenge of you guys making fun of me when I'm not around. I accept the challenge that lies ahead.
For you to find greatness in yourself, you're not going to find it by looking in a book or by even hearing me, but you've got to go inside yourself to find it. And that means you got to be quiet. Stop talking, search your soul, search your mind, search your abilities, and you'll find it.
Everyone should come to the realization that you are in complete and total control of how cool or how your life ends up being. Now, of course, everybody's got their own setbacks at different starting positions. It's kind of up to you, man, right? You got to play your cards right. So when I say eventually you're going to come to a realization that your life is in your own control, you should try to come to that realization as soon as possible. Because if you get a grasp on that too late in life, then that's not a realization of an untapped potential. That's a realization of regret.
All those mornings that you want to get up, and every day you fight not wanting to get up, and you do anyway. You chip another piece off fucking rock, and every day you eat the right foods, and every day you go to train, you train harder and harder and harder and harder, and you get up earlier, and all these things you do to start forming yourself. You're chipping another fucking piece of that rock up. Before you know it, you have this beautiful fucking piece of artwork that you built. And then once you get there, you see it. It becomes real. Like, oh my God, I did this. But so many people aren't willing to chip away at that stone that is them.
As I notice transformation is painful, you're not falling apart, you're falling into something different with a new capacity to be beautiful. When I think about capacity, I often think about goals, dreams, aspirations, the things that we seek to do, the places that we're trying to get to just in life. You got a lot of people with talent, skills, gift, intelligence. You like, man, they got it. But when you think about capacity, capacity is all the things that you're gonna have to go through in order to acquire the things that you seek to acquire.
So you gotta go start your journey. And the journey starts with you finding, why the hell am I here on this planet Earth? Why am I here? And if you don't know that, you will live the rest of your life searching, always asking the question, why?
Justice is when you get what you deserve. Mercy is when you don't get what you deserve. Grace is when you get what you don't deserve. Life is hard work, life is faith, and life is grace. Faith without works is dead. You just keep the faith and work really hard.
And when pessimism comes to your mind, you've got to educate pessimism, because pessimism is stupid. Pessimism tries to get you to believe that it's only half empty. Of course it's half empty, but it's not only half empty. It's also half full. I'm asking you to be in charge of your own mind, be in charge of your own destiny. I'm asking you to drive worry into a small corner. You gotta worry some. All this negative stuff serves some purpose, but the key is for you to be the master, not the servant. We've all got concerns, and sometimes we all wonder, and sometimes there's a little crack of doubt. We worry a little, but I tell you, drive it into a small toilet.
Be times in your life when you don't want to wake up, you don't want to go to work. There's be times in your life where you don't think you're good enough. In life, nothing is promised to us. And so we take that mentality and we use it as, woe is me. I'm not good enough. I'm not smart enough. I'm not good looking enough. When times get hard and you're looking around and no one's there to pat you on your back, ain't no more motherfuckers to carry them damn boats. It's just you dragging it. Just dragging the boat by yourself. And all you want to do is stop, but you can't. So all you out here, there's no one thing. Don't stop when you're tired. Stop it and done.
Your past doesn't define you. It actually sets you free. Because who you were and what you've done is still change in the making. Focus on your next chapter. Focus on the story you're writing right now. Don't sabotage who you can be because of who you used to be. You don't need to rewrite your past. Just do more with your present.